And a happy Friday night to you. Welcome to Runs Hits Aaron, the pregame show for the Pittsburgh Diamonds tonight. And
Red's Barbershop.
Tonight, instead of getting the chance to speak with Aaron Miles, we're going to speak with Roland Nazar, the assistant manager here for the Steelers, the Diamonds. And it is a big time for the Diamonds, but one of the biggest names of the last 2 years. There's news about that, and I guess we should start there. Apparently, there's some news you want to share with us about Wes Wallace.
Yeah, today Wes Wallace was traded to San Rafael Pacifics. Unknown players have been mentioned. Hopefully next couple of weeks they'll be delivering. Wes is going to be missed, but he has opportunities with San Rafael, and he's going to be very productive for him. And we're just hoping he doesn't come out to haunt us when we play him.
He'll be back here on Sunday then.
Yes, and I'm sure he's coming back with a vengeance. No, Wes is a great guy, a real professional. Struggled a little bit this year, but he's a really good fit for San Rafael.
Wes was the first-round draft pick for the Diamonds last year in the tryouts and drafts. He was the first Diamond that I interviewed when I first started here last year. He is a charming gentleman, but this year he had 100 strikeouts, and his home run production recently had completely fallen off. And a lot of people are wondering when something like this would happen. And, of course, the end result often is people go to a new environment and they get a new start, and sometimes they become even better than they were before.
It's kind of like a mulligan in golf. Yeah, he gets a do-over. One thing about Wes, he is a true professional, never demonstrated, never makes excuses. He's going to be a great fit for San Rafael. A real professional, and I'm sure he'd be very productive for him. He has got all the tools available. He's got a lot of pop, got a lot of speed, great defender. They're lucky to get him.
The Diamonds are coming in, or in the middle of a week where they have looked like they were ready to put it all together. On Tuesday and Wednesday, they had big victories in Vallejo where they had great pitching and great hitting and won by large margins. You're not always going to win by large margins. Last night was more of a pitching duel. The Diamonds only gave up 3 runs, and in those situations, you probably should win. I would think you would expect if you give up 3 runs every night, you're going to win most of those games.
We expect to win every night. Clean game last night, nothing to regret. I think we played really, really well. We had some timely hits. We had the game-winning guy up at the end of the game at the plate. I have no complaints. I think tonight we'll gear it up. We're going to hit the ball well. We're going to pitch well tonight, and we're going to come victorious.
We've got about a third of the lineup is new, if you call anybody who's joined the lineup in the last week new. And that maybe we can go through some of those players, how they're performing, what their role is, just so people who are watching the game tonight can get an idea of who these new guys are. Let's start with Kyle Lashley, who's kind of the old-timer of the new guys. Ryan Lashley, I mean.
Ryan,
I'm sorry.
okay, excuse me. Yeah. Ryan, we were fortunate to pick him up. A great offensive player. You notice that he strikes the ball hard every time he's up. It reminds me a little bit like Kevin Mitchell. There's not a pitch he doesn't like. He attacks it, and he's on fire. He has some really loud outs. He's getting hits every night. Extremely productive. Great pickup.
Chris Quitzer had a great debut with the Diamonds. He came here from the Pecos League, arrived on Tuesday, I guess, and in his first game he hit a grand slam.
Yes, he had a classic lefty swing. A lot of fun to watch. Got good speed, good defender, great pickup. Really fortunate to get him. Excited about Chris.
Kaz Canella came over here earlier in the season from the Clippers and was with the team for maybe a week or so, and now he is back. What's his role?
Yeah, a multi-position player, outfielder, infielder, can play both the corners. Talented athlete, hard worker. Yes, he's going to be he's a good fit for our team, and it really fits in. Good clubhouse guy. Definitely happy to have him.
A new addition in the bullpen, Kyle Chavez, who's a sidearm thrower, and that takes some getting used to if you're the opposing batter.
Real tough on.
Welcome to Winter Chevrolet Stadium. We had to cut out of that pregame show a little bit early as we were talking to Roland Nazar about some of the new Diamonds that are on the field tonight, but no doubt the big news here at Winter Chevrolet Stadium and in Pittsburg Diamond Nation is that Wes Wallace has been traded to the San Rafael Pacifics. Who exactly they will get in return is a mystery at this moment, according to what Roland was telling us. But that's one of those situations that could be good for Wes and good for the Diamonds, because Wes, it seems, needed a new start. More than 100 strikeouts on the season, and his run production had almost come to a stop. What do you think, Tony? Tony Schultz, of course, the voice of the Diamonds.
Well, the poor thing is about it on the negative side is the Diamonds, just the team that they're chasing so far behind in home runs. The only guy that had double-digit home runs for the Diamonds was
Wes Wallace.
There you go.
Yep. But they're hoping with the addition of Quitzer and maybe Lashley will add some production there. We'll see tonight as the Diamonds play their first game without Wes Wallace on the roster in a year and a half. And coming up to the plate, Vladimir Gomez. And now with the play-by-play is Tony Schultz.
All right, Scotty, thank you very much. Gomez, Kiriakos, Nick Akins, Ryan Canary, Chevy Clark, Kyle Figueroa, Van Slyke, Krause, and Fisher rounding out the Admirals starting lineup, going against Dakota Freeze. First pitch up and in, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. Defensively for the Diamonds, Quitzer, Smith, Blatnick, left to right in the outfield, Bracamonte, Valera, Garcia, Lashley, third to first in the infield. Next pitch is hammered into left, but going back and making the play is Quitzer, and that's out number 1. Stephen Javier behind the plate. For the aforementioned right-hander Dakota Freeze, coming in with a record of 2-4, a 5.51 ERA, 10 starts, 60 and a third innings pitched, and 64 strikeouts. Here's David Kiriakos now with nobody aboard. Pitch to Kiriakos, in there a strike, count 0-1. Diamonds coming in at 24 and 31, 14 back. And for the Admirals, 29 and 26, 9 games back. 0-1 pitch outside, and the count actually hits the corner, and the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
Kiriakos hitting .280, and he has 10 home runs and 32 runs batted in.
Right-handed batter waits, and the 0-2 pitch to Kiriakos back to the screen. And I don't know if you heard that, but yes, Paula is back with us. She grimaces with that last one. No balls and 2 strikes to Kiriakos. So a couple of changes for the Diamonds. For those of you watching on Mixler, Diamonds in orange and Vallejo in bright yellow.
This is that color combination we've talked so much about, and we got it for the first time this year. And these two teams only have 2 games left after tonight.
And the pitch, swing and a miss as Freeze takes something off, and a strikeout here. So 2 up and 2 down, and that'll bring up Nick Akins Sr.
Hitting .308. He's got 23 home runs and 61 runs batted in.
The Diamonds have held him in check over here in the last few games. They played against Nick. He comes in with leading the league in home runs and just barely leading the league in RBIs. Powerful right-handed hitter waits, and the pitch to him, and he takes a fastball in there, a strike, and the count 0-1.
It is a lovely Friday night here in Pittsburgh. It is not, as we always tell you, it's in the grandstand. It's not as hot, but I don't think the day was as hot either.
Swing and a miss. And there's strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to Akins, who bats here with the bases empty and 2 out. I thought it was pretty hot.
Maybe if I got out of the air conditioning, I'd know.
It was 95 degrees. But that's to be expected. It's summertime. The 0-2 pitch, and on the outside corner, a called strike 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Dakota Freeze with a pair of strikeouts. After half an inning, the Admirals do not score. Diamonds coming up.
Oh, sure, you'll ask for advice if you want some, but usually you know exactly how you want your business publications and handouts to look. That's where Paper Tiger Ready Print comes in. It is their mission to help you achieve your business goals, and that starts by listening to what you want and making it happen. At Paper Tiger Ready Print, they believe there is no greater satisfaction than delivering a finished product that helps a client reach their goals and objectives. Give them a try. You won't be disappointed. Paper Tiger Ready Print at 182 East Leland Road in Pittsburgh or readyprint.com. Oh, sure, you'll ask for advice if you want some, but usually you know exactly how you want your business publications and handouts to look. That's where Paper Tiger Ready Print comes in. It is their mission to help you achieve your business goals, and that starts by listening to what you want and making it happen. At Paper Tiger Ready Print, they believe there is no greater satisfaction than delivering a finished product that helps a client reach their goals and objectives. Give them a try. You won't be disappointed. Paper Tiger Ready Print at 182 East Leland Road in Pittsburgh or readyprint.com.
To the bottom of the first we go, and here is the lineup for your Pittsburgh Diamonds. Brett Smith in center, Morgan Blatnick is in right, Gabe Bracamonte at third, Joel Carranza is the DH, Rafael Valera at shortstop tonight, Ryan Lashley at first, Chris Quitzer in left, Stephen Javier is the catcher, Jose Garcia not in the lineup yesterday, back in tonight. He will bat ninth and be at second base. And that group will take on Alex Dandridge, 0-4, 11.95 ERA, 5 starts, 23 and a third innings pitched. And coming to the club from the Bakersfield Train Robbers, where, he had a pretty good time over there, 4-2, 264 earned run average. And oh, by the way, the umpires tonight, Ron Adams at home, Danny Speck in the field. So Dandridge, 6'3", 205 pounds. And his first pitch, and that is high for a ball. His last outing was with these Admirals and against the Clips. That was July 28th, a 12-4 loss to Martinez. Next pitch is high, ball 2. He went 5 innings and gave up 4 earned runs. And the right-hander ready again, and fastball in there, a strike. And we count 2 balls and 1 strike. Everything nice and calm right now, not very much wind blowing. Another very pleasant evening at the ballpark. And the 2-1 pitch, that is inside ball 3 to Brett Smith, to be followed by Blatnick and then Bracamonte. So Freeze and Dandridge, both guys with ERAs north of 5. Kind of a small sample size for Dandridge, but he's had a tough time since joining the Admirals. Here's the pitch, and that's in there. A strike in the count, 3-2.
0-4 is a tough, it's just a tough record to have to put up with, and it has so few innings pitched.
Payoff, swing ground ball to short. Kiriakos on a hop, fires over in time to first. 1 up and 1 down as Brett Smith bounces into the 6-3. And now that'll bring up Morgan Blatnick defensively for those Admirals. Clark, Akins, Gomez left to right in the outfield. Kinnery, Kiriakos, Fisher, Figueroa, third to first in the infield. Krause and Dandridge, the battery tonight for Vallejo. So glad you could join us here on a Friday night here from Pittsburgh. Diamond's trying to get back into the win column, and well, this is the team that they're trying to chase down, and that's the first one to Morgan outside ball 1.
Yeah, it's a big game tonight. They won 2 in Vallejo, and they look great doing it by big margins. Last night they lost a tough 1-run game. But if they win tonight, they take 3 out of 4, and that will make a statement. 2 out of 2, and you're running in place.
1-0 pitch, and Morgan takes up high for a ball.
I meant 2 out of 4, but
2 balls and no strikes. We understand.
Dude, they got someone.
Trying to take 3 out of 4 in this home-and-home series. That one up high. And what Scott meant to say was 3 out of 4 is great. 2-2,
Yeah.
The Diamonds smell. Next pitch, 3-0 is low. Or in there, actually, a strike, and it's 3-1.
Blatnick hitting .273, 5 home runs, 33 RBIs, and a team leading 53 walks.
Yeah, more walks than games played. Here's that ball's hit hard. That's going to get down into the gap. And coming over to cut it off is Aikens. Here comes Blattnick headed for second. Rainbow throw, not in time. Boy, Aikens from right center field did not exactly throw a line drive back into second base, and Blattnick takes advantage, and he's got a double.
But Blattnick was on his way even before Aikens was up throwing. He was just nonstop around first base. He had decided he was going for two, and that was the kind of a rainbow throw from Aikens. He was lucky he got it. He just got that ball as he ran over to right center, and they were going to get a chance to see it again. There's Aikens. He just gets it on that short hop, and now comes the throw. But you're right, it's kind of a rainbow with a big bounce, and in the second safely is Blattnick.
I guess in Nick's defense, his momentum was taking him away from second base, and he couldn't get a whole lot on the throw. But as it is, Blattnick's got himself a one-out base hit, and Bracamonte, the team's leading hitter, takes a strike. It's 0-1.
The Diamonds were in their period of time here where they were going so well. They were scoring runs in the first inning every game. Now they've got a runner at second and just one out.
Brock waits. And the pitch to him swung on, and that ball's hit well to left field. Away back it goes, and this one is gone, a home run. Gabriel Bracamonte, a two-run shot, and take that with your home run count.
And
Diamonds.
Gabriel Bracamonte has almost a full-page picture in today's weekly section of These Bay Times with a big smiling Gabriel Bracamonte, which is a familiar sight to anybody who's been around the Diamonds. And that home run has got him smiling again.
Bracamonte, I believe, had just 7. I think he was second on the team in home runs, if I'm not mistaken.
He's number 8 now. You're right. He's got 8 now. And well, you have to remember, Bracamonte did not start the season with the Diamonds. He came about a month late. Here it is again. Swings, and it is a deep drive to left field, and you can just tell by watching the left fielder, Chevy Clark, he just gave up chasing it, and it was a home run.
Carranza pops this one foul. So Bracamonte goes yard over the Lumpy's Diner sign out there in left field. And just like that, a 2-0 lead here for Pittsburgh. Carranza waits, and this pitch up high for a ball. On the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. So Alex Dandridge told you about the good numbers with the Bakersfield train robbers, but still trying to make the adjustment here to the Pacific Association. That one inside for a ball, and the count 2 balls and a strike. Two 1 pitch, and that's high for a ball, 3-1. Talked to Aaron the other day, and as we've moved on into August, he has one simple goal, and that's for the Diamonds to be the best team in August.
Correct. The champions of August.
3-1 pitch, not close. Ball 4 to Carranza. So he walks, and here comes Rafael Valera.
One thing we learned from earlier this season against Vallejo is that B.J. Phillips has a very fast hook, or can have a very fast hook. He took out one pitcher against the Diamonds after he faced only 5 batters in the first inning. And he brought in Eli Garcia that night. So anyway, it's interesting to see. There's nobody up throwing right now, but the Diamonds lead at 2-0 with a man on.
Well, here's Valera, still only 1 out in the inning, and that was Brett Smith, who bounced out to short to start the frame. Fouled back to the screen here by Rafi. Count 0-1.
Go, Bodie, go! Go, Bodie, go! Go.
Valera hitting .313, 5 home runs, 40 runs batted in.
Right-handed batter waits. Dandridge to look over there at first base. And the pitch, and that's fastball in there. A strike count, 0-2. To say that Joel Carranza is not a threat to run is an understatement.
He doesn't have his spiffy orange or black shoes on tonight either. That probably makes him extra slow.
Yeah, those other ones practically had wings on them. He bluffs here. Valera spanks this one to left. It's not going to get down, however. A sinking line drive that Chevy Clark catches out there in left field. And that is a loud out number 2.
And a frustrating out number 2. I mean, you hit the ball on the nose, and Clark does not have to move. He just watches that ball glide into his glove.
So here's Ryan Lashley now. See if the Diamonds can make some 2-out noise. They put up the crooked number already. They picked up 2 hits and a walk here in the inning and the pitch, and that's inside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Diamonds 2, Admirals nothing. Just getting underway here from Pittsburgh. That one high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes.
Ryan Lashley hitting .220, no home runs. He's got 8 RBIs. And as Roland Nazel was telling us before the game, he likes the way that he hits the ball hard every time.
2-0 pitch, swung on, and there's another one, right field. Gomez going back. This ball is off the scoreboard and gone. A pair of 2-run bombs for the Diamonds. They lead it 4-0.
Vladimir Gomez left up and left to the top of the fence, making me think that it might not quite be that big a home run, but it hit the bottom of the scoreboard out there in right center field. That is a long way away and a big home run.
And I have some stats as we look at the replay here, as this ball is crushed. Just as Scott told us that the Diamonds love the fact that he hits the ball hard every time. And then right on cue, he spanks one off the scoreboard in right field, an opposite field 2-run blast.
Right, that was very hard.
Quitzer, and he takes low for a ball. So the Diamonds have literally exploded here with a 4-0 lead. And I was about to give you stats on their home run production this year. And this next pitch is in there, a ball and a strike, and talk about well, the way the team that they're chasing, the Vallejo Admirals, and the disparity between the 2 teams in terms of power.
Right.
1-1 pitch is outside for a ball, and the count goes 2-1. But here in the first inning, yeah, it's been a whole lot of power for Pittsburgh.
It has been.
2-1 pitch, a little grounder to second. Fisher to his right, throws him out. The inning is over, but the damage is done. A pair of 2-run bombs, and the Diamonds with a big crooked number after 1 full here from Pittsburgh. Diamonds 4, Admirals nothing.
Nick's Sandwiches. Want to tailgate in City Park before the next Diamonds home game? Nick's Sandwiches is a great place to start. Everything you need for a big crew of hungry fans, or a tasty lunch on the Delta, or a quick grab of coffee and a bite to eat on the way to work. Nick's Sandwiches is in Old Town Pittsburgh on Railroad Avenue across from the marina. Eating at the Diamonds' favorite deli is as satisfying as a 3-run homer. Start your pregame warm-up at Nick's Sandwiches, 315 Railroad Avenue in Old Town. One example of teamwork is a smoothly executed double play memorialized in the famous baseball poem, Tinkers to Evers to Chance. Another example of great teamwork is the Pittsburgh Chamber of Commerce. MyPittsburghChamber.org brings together the many and varied businesses that make up the local economy and forges them into a community force that is focused on economic development, advocacy, partnerships, and workforce development. The Pittsburgh Chamber is making a difference. Even if your business doesn't leave you the time to get personally involved, your membership contribution will advance the cause. Visit mypittsburghchamber.org today.
All right, to the top of the second we go. The Diamonds a 4-0 lead right out of the gate. And for the Vallejo Admirals, Ryan Canary, Chevy Clark, and Kyle Figueroa, the first 3 to face Dakota Free. So Dakota, he gets the benefit of the big lead early, but still a long way to go. And we've seen these kind of things change quite a bit. So the Diamonds with the early lead, but we are just through 1 here from Pittsburgh, 4-0 Pittsburgh.
Very nice start for Dakota Freeze to get all those runs. I saw Dakota, I guess it was on Tuesday. I saw Dakota on Tuesday, and he had just had some problem with his motorcycle. Someone had knocked it out over the night before. He drove it wherever we had gone. I guess it was Vallejo. Maybe it was in Sonoma over the weekend. Anyway, he had a big cut on his hand, and that looked like it could be a problem. But he is now back 100%, so the Diamonds don't expect that to be any issue at all.
We certainly hope not. Can't be messing with those hands and arms.
Now batting, third baseman number 4, Ryan Kinnery.
All right, here's Canary to lead it off for Ryan. Last night he homered. It was in the 4th inning of last night's game. And the Diamonds were able to control him. Other than that, it was just 1 for 4 overall last night. Of course, in that close game, that home run ended up meaning a whole lot. Here's the pitch, and Kinnery takes a strike. And the count, no balls and 1 strike to Ryan Kinnery. Well-pitched game last night from the Vallejo Admirals. There's the pitch to Ryan, and that one just missed. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Jalen Miller, nice start. 7 innings, just 1 run as he scattered 7 hits, and Eli Garcia came in to pick up for him and got the save. 1-1, swung on, a little soft liner to Garcia at second. He makes the catch. 1 up and 1 down here in the second.
That was a strange hit. He barely got the ball at all. It was a very soft line drive to Jose Garcia, and just stayed up long enough for him to make the catch on the fly. Here's a look at it again, and you can see Garcia makes the catch right above his shoe tops, and that's out number 1.
Here's Chevy Clark now. Further down in the order for Chevy. Right-handed batter waits, and the first pitch to him misses in the count. 1 ball and no strikes. Clark, the leadoff man yesterday. Tough night for him. He did pick up a walk. That was in the 3rd inning, but a couple of strikeouts and a couple of ground outs to shortstop. Here's the pitch. Lays off, and the count goes 2-0. Chevy Clark, the Vallejo left fielder.
Clark is not hitting the ball as well as I know that he would like, and as well as he hit last year when the Diamonds won the Admirals won the Pacific Association Championship. 186 is not what he should be hitting.
Slams that one. And staying with it is the 3rd baseman, Bracamonte, to throw him out. Nicely done by Gabe. Over there at the hot corner, that ball was really smashed at him.
That was. It almost ate him up, and he stayed with it. But also, as impressive was Lashley at first, who had to go up and get a high throw and get back down on the bag in time for the out, and he managed to do that.
So a 5-3 putout, but Chevy Clark was able to barrel that one up, but he's out number 2. Here's Kyle Figueroa. This pitch outside to Kyle. 1 ball and no strikes.
Kyle Figueroa is hitting .356 with 26 runs batted in.
And the next pitch to Figueroa, a little bouncer. Bracamonte backs up, gloves, fires in time for the out. Another 5-3 putout and another 1-2-3 inning for Dakota Freeze. So an inning and a half in the books. All smiles for Pittsburgh so far. 4-0 Diamonds.
Libraries are community centers, and truly the community comes and uses them. They're here for anybody who walks in the door. It's important for people to have a connection to their community because it makes you feel like you belong. Mechanics Bank really values their relationship. They actively reach out with an open hand to nonprofits. Mechanics Bank doesn't just show up and say that they're going to do something. They actually follow through. They're not just a partner in name, they're a partner in person. My name's Kristen Anderson. I'm the Executive Director of the Walnut Creek Library Foundation, and I'm a mechanic.
Are you looking for a community-based establishment that will provide a fun and exciting environment for your family? Certainly Diamonds Baseball is one, and no doubt Lumpy's Diner is another. Before or after the game, eating at Lumpy's Diner or Lumpy's Diner Express can make for a great doubleheader. And if you want to win a road game, LD's Catering will make your event a hit no matter the location. Lumpy's Diner is a homegrown sensation, world famous since 2008. Bring your family to ours.
And now as we go to the home half of the second, Javier Garcia back to the top of the order for Brett Smith. 8-9-1 to face Alex Dandridge, who, well, is really going to try to right the ship here. Diamond's a pair of 2-run bombs in that first, so it's already 4-0 Pittsburgh. And for Dandridge, just trying to restore order here early in the game and not let this one get away from the Admirals so quickly.
Reminded me of that game in Sonoma last weekend where the Diamonds announced that they were no longer going to be in an offensive slump. And they hit 3 home runs in the first inning.
Pitch to Javier in there, a strike, and the count 0-1. To Steven getting the start at catcher tonight. Bracamonte was in there last night in the squat. Breaking ball that catches the outside corner. And it was quickly 0-2 to Javier.
Javier's had some outstanding plays at catcher this year.
And the pitch, breaking ball outside. The count goes 1-2. We were talking about the disparity between home runs, Scott, between these two teams. Diamond came in with 41 home runs and Vallejo 98. 1-2 pitch. In there, a call, strike 3. And Javier out on strikes to start the second.
There's a disparity here tonight, too. Diamonds 2, Vallejo 0 in the home run derby.
So here's Jose Garcia, and one of the things that Aaron Miles talked about, that he was a little disappointed in the way the team had hit so far this year. He certainly expected the team to hit more and score more runs. That pitch misses and the count goes 1 ball and no strikes. And Jose Garcia still kind of waiting for him to pick it up too. 1 ball, no strikes, and he hammers this one into left center field. And ranging over there and making the catch in left center field is Nick Akins. Boy, that ball just sounded like it was crushed. It turned out to be fairly routine out there in left center field.
Well, a little bit too much underneath it, and that's been a story for a lot of the hits today, staying up just long enough to be caught.
Back to the top of the order for Brett Smith. And Brett bounced out 6-3 his first time. Did pick up the infield hit, the sac fly, and the RBI yesterday as he takes ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to Smith as he bats here with nobody aboard and 2 down. And the pitch swung on in the air. And the second baseman Fisher calls for it and makes the catch. And that will do it. A 1-2-3 inning for Alex Dandridge, and 100% better than the first inning for him. But after 1.5, after 2 full, it's the Diamonds 4 and the Admirals nothing.
Little J's. The handcrafted burgers are sensational. The generous sandwiches are delicious. The hand-carved tri-tip is the best in town. Getting hungry? You probably already know where to go to find these food treasures. Little J's in Pittsburgh. Since 2003, Little J's has been rewarding those smart enough to stop in for a meal. They can also cater your next event. On Loveridge Road, it's Little J's Restaurant. Hampton by Hilton. Road trips can be grueling, which is why baseball teams are happy to split their road games. But there's one way to guarantee a win on the road. That's by staying at Hampton Inn by Hilton. Fresh, up-to-date accommodations include a hearty cooked breakfast to get you off to a good start on the day. Known for low-end prices and high-end service, a stay at Hampton Inn by Hilton means you can earn points in the valuable Hilton Honors Program. You can find a Hampton Inn by Hilton in Pittsburgh and Brentwood.
In and out.
To the top of the third we go. Van Slyke, Kraus, and then Brandon Fisher, bottom three in the order. Now to face Dakota Freeze, a 4-0 lead here for the Diamonds. Couple of two-run home runs for Pittsburgh. Gabriel Bracamonte and Ryan Lashley in that first. And the Diamonds now with Dakota Freeze as he faces the bottom part of the order, trying to get through the first 3 innings unscathed. So far, so good for Dakota. Couple of strikeouts, Scott, and 6 up and 6 down.
And certainly no lingering effects from that cut that I saw on his hand earlier this week. So he is apparently at 100%, and he's pitching like it right now. So he's he's got a 4-run lead. That's something no Diamond pitcher has gotten very used to this year.
Well, Jordan Brink, a good outing last night. 6 innings pitched, 2 runs, 8 hits. So the Diamonds working on some pretty good pitching here of late. Agnew wheeling a couple innings, just a 1 run. And Barnesi last night, an inning pitched, no runs. Not enough of the Diamonds to pick up the win, however, as Vallejo was able to do so. And Vallejo trying to get the trying to break even here in the last 4 games against the Diamonds. They can do that with a win here today, but well, they've got some work to do. Here's Van Slyke. That one is low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. He's DHing tonight. He did get into the ball game last night.
As we said, he's been all over the roster for the Admirals. He's pitching, he's playing left field. Tonight he's the DH. So whatever it takes to stay in the game.
Well, being versatile seems to be the name of the game. Still a lot of specialization in baseball. Here's the 2-0. That one's inside for a ball. But noticing, some teams out there with guys that, well, not only multiple outfield positions, but you got to come in and play the infield too, and vice versa. 3-0 pitch, fastball in there, a strike, and the count 3-1.
And a boy to go down, we're to come back.
And Van Slyke came in for Figueroa yesterday. Swings and misses at this one. The count goes 3 balls and 2 strikes. Kyle Figueroa got the start as the DH. And Van Slyke came in later in the game for him. Payoff pitch, here it is. And it is low, ball 4. So a leadoff walk starts this inning, and here comes Nick Kraus, the Vallejo catcher.
Kraus comes up here hitting .234. He's got 5 RBIs. He's a fairly new addition here. He's only got 47 at-bats so far.
So Kraus bats with 1 on and 1 out. Brandon Fisher, the 9th place hitter, will follow him. And then barring the double play, the Admirals will turn over the batting order. It's like a pretty decent lead over there as Kraus takes a strike in the count, 0-1.
You wonder what it is. What does the addition of Van Slyke give the batting lineup for Vallejo? He's not hitting that much, but maybe it is his speed. He came in as a designated, as pinch runner last night.
And this one outside for a ball, count 1 ball and 1 strike. So we talked about the home run disparity. Vallejo, 4 guys in double figures, Scott, in the home run category. Akins, Fernacci, Kinry, Kiriakos, and then you got several others that have a handful. And, well, Pittsburgh had just the 1. That was Wes Wallace with 11. Well, they just traded him away. But Bracamonte picked up his 8th. Valera and Blatnick have 5 apiece. And even Carranza, next pitch inside for a ball. The count 2-1. Even Joel, only with 3 home runs in his 42 games. But all those guys, well, they're all good hitters, just not necessarily having big years with the home run numbers.
Right, and Carranza's been a very valuable player coming through with hits right at the right time.
Breaking ball bounces, and then Javier able to keep it in front of him and keep that runner at first base. Good job by Javier, and the count goes 3 balls and 1 strike. Well, the first base runner for the Admirals is that walk to Van Slyke. So far, he's looking like he's going to stay put, being held on by the first baseman Lashley. And the next pitch is in there, a strike. And again, back-to-back hitters now. And Dakota Freeze has gone all the way. 3-2 here to Nick Krause, the Admiral catcher. Payoff pitch. There goes the runner. This ball swung on. A little looper into right field. Blatnick coming on. Dives. He can't make the catch. But he does not let the ball get behind him. And with the runner going, Garcia, the second baseman, had to range over toward the bag. And where Blatnick caught it, looked like it would have been an easy play for Garcia.
If Blatnick had been able to make the catch, it would have been an easy double play, too, because Van Slyke was all the way down at second base. But he couldn't quite come up with the ball, and so now their runners at first and second and nobody out, and Vallejo is very much in business.
They've mounted a threat. Here's Brandon Fisher, second baseman and 9th place hitter, 2 on and nobody out. Squares to bunt, this one way up high, and then right after that, Dakota Freeze looking at his hands as if to say, boy, do I get some grease on those? That one just completely slipped away.
That was a nice athletic play by Javier to leap out of his position to catch that ball and keep the runners right where they are.
Could be a very important play. Diamond's looking for the double play ball. Now he's going to square, bunt. Here comes the third baseman, Bracamonte. Easy play over to first. So sacrifice works as Fisher able to move the runners up 90 feet apiece. And now 1 out, runners at second and third. Back to the top of the order for Vladimir Gomez.
Here's another look at that sacrifice. And as you said, Bracamonte charging, scooping, and throwing all in kind of one motion. And that made it very easy. Of course, the sacrifice is supposed to be that. You want to lure them into throwing you out at first base and let the runners advance.
Vladimir Gomez having a good year with the bat, and this one is low. And his last couple of games, he has been spanking the ball all over the place. Homered in yesterday's game. Also picked up a very hard hit single, and then had another single and an infield hit. So he's been giving the Diamonds some trouble, trying to give them some more here as the Diamonds lead it 4-0, but a couple of runners in scoring position, and the next one is on the outside corner. A strike count, 1-1.
There's a big batter for Dakota Freeze. Everything can happen here. A single could score 2 and cut the lead in half. So he would really like to get Gomez here with no activity.
1-1 pitch swung on. That ball's hit fairly well, but a lazy fly ball into center. Runner's going to time. The catch is made. The throw's going to go into third, and Vlad Gomez is going to pick himself up an RBI base hit. But I think right now in that situation, the Diamonds, well, they're willing to trade that out for that run. 2 down in the inning.
Absolutely, and Nick Krause did not advance. He was held on to second base with a good throw from Brett Smith back to the infield. So the situation is much less dangerous, but there's still the dangerous David Kiriakos to deal with.
So Gomez with the sac fly. He scores Van Slyke, who walked to start the inning. And the sacrifice bunt figures in there as well. And Kiriakos takes low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. A strikeout victim back in the first. And Kiriakos, well, he struck out a couple of times yesterday, but he also had a couple of base hits, including a bunt single. Right-handed batter waits. And the 1-0 pitch, here it is. A fastball popping the glove, but just missing. And they count 2-0. Walk, base hit, sac bunt, sac fly. And the Admirals on the board here in the third. 4-1 Pittsburgh. 2-0. Low, 3 balls and no strike.
Hey, now come back. Here we go, Dakota. Here we go, babe.
That was a pretty good take by Kiriakos. But when you're heading the count 2-0, that does make it a little bit easier to take that one just off the plate. So Kiriakos has worked himself into a good position here. 3 balls and no strike. Here's the pitch. And that one floats in there. It's a strike, 3-1.
Good pitch for Dakota, low in the strike zone, and he probably was aware that Kiriakos was probably just going to take that pitch.
Looking for Freeze from the stretch. 3-1 pitch, and that ball is low, ball 4, second walk of the inning. And that keeps the inning alive for Nick Aikens Sr. Though I said the Diamonds have done pretty well against Aikens in these last few games, but you got to figure sooner or later he's going to burn you.
And after you give up 2 walks in an inning, that's usually when something happens to make you really feel the pain of those 2 walks.
Right.
Hey, now come back. Right
Probably
here.
should have
Keep
said
away.
something a little earlier, like, you better get Kiriakos because Aikens is waiting on deck. Well, here he is. 2 on, 2 out, 1 in, fastball up and in, count 1-0. And Aikens Sr. strikeout victim back in the first. McDonald got both he and Kiriakos to end that first frame. 1-0 pitch, here it is, 1-1, and that ball's hit hard but foul. Bracamonte gives it a look. That one will get out of play, and the count goes 1 ball and 1 strike.
The 2 outs here. The Diamonds hoping to just shut the door on this inning, but they got Aikens up and 2 runners on. So Freeze has to be careful.
And also even more danger, Ryan Canary, another one of those guys with good home run totals. He's got 16. And he's a left-handed batter waiting on deck. 1-1 pitch, and a changeup looked like took something off a changeup, I guess, but left a bit high, and the count goes 2 balls and 1 strike. Boy, that looked like a dangerous location that time.
If it had come down just a little bit lower, it might have been very dangerous. Although sometimes that's the pitch you get them to be way out in front of.
2-1 pitch swing and a little bouncer at the plate. The count goes 2-2. So the good news here for Dakota, now just 1 strike away of getting out of this inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, and 1 in for Vallejo. 4-1 Pittsburgh. Top half of the third here from Winter Chevrolet Stadium. Anthony Schultz with Scott McDonald. So glad you could join us. And joining us in so many different ways right now. 2-2 pitch, and that's a called strike 3, and that is the second time tonight Dakota Freeze has gotten Nick Aikens Sr. on the strikeout, and the Admirals score 1, but they leave 2 after 2.5. Diamonds 4, Admirals 1.
Anytime we have a conversation with Mechanics Paint, we know that we're in the same business. Our business is customer service, integrity, loyalty, friendship. Mechanics clearly establishes a high level of tradition, honesty, integrity that comes through in all their transactions. I trust them with everything. I know that they're there for us. My name is Paul Irwin. I'm a mechanic.
The 90 feet between third base and home plate is some of the most important real estate in sports. That's why a coach is located there to help runners navigate the valuable turf. There is help for you, too, when you need to navigate real estate issues. Kroski Real Estate in Pittsburgh has been building strong communities since 1946. The family-owned and operated business is an expert on commercial property management, real estate sales, and residential property management. Kroski Real Estate is on Railroad Avenue in Old Town, Pittsburgh. When you are making the turn for home, get the help you need from Kroski Real Estate.
On the San Rafael facility.
2-0. Dakota Freeze able to walk the tightrope there. He does give up the 1 run on the sacrifice fly by Vlad Gomez, but with the way things went in that inning, Scott, I think that was fairly cheap indeed.
Absolutely. They had everything set up for a big Vallejo inning, and they had the right people coming to the plate. And the Freeze was lucky to get out of it with just the 1 run. So that may be also maybe a sign. Earlier in the season, they said they wanted him to be a smarter pitcher, and maybe that's a sign of that he is a smarter pitcher and not trying to strike everybody out.
Well, speaking of the right guys coming up for the Diamonds, it's Morgan Blatnick. He doubled and scored in that 4-run fourth. Blatnick, Bracamonte, Joel Carranza. And the Diamonds now lead it 4-1. So after giving up 4 runs in that first, Dandridge now enters the 3rd inning trailing 4-1. Alex ready, and the pitch to Morgan Blatnick is outside for a ball, and the count 1 ball and no strikes.
On the sunglass watch, because we're now into that period of the game where it is very bright on the left side of the infield and the outfield.
Next pitch inside for a ball, count 2-0 to Morgan.
Farnacci has some sunglasses on. I can't really tell if Chevy Clark, and I don't think Kiriakos does.
2-0 pitch to Morgan, and that just misses. 3 balls and no strikes. And we talked about a guy with more walks than games played here to Morgan Blatnick, and he'll gladly take first base. That one in there for a strike, and the count 3-1.
Yeah, we were talking that, and that's when he smacked that double into right center field, just to maybe to show us that he's not all walks all the time.
The batting average has been dropping, but the next pitch is high for a ball, and there's another walk for Morgan Blatnick. The batting average has certainly been going down over the last several weeks, but the on-base percentage got still way, way high and over 400.
Yeah, absolutely, and he has maintained his on-base percentage with all of those walks, but it's not like he's sitting there. I don't get the sense that that's what he's looking for when he gets up there. He just has a good eye and gets out in front of the count, and then eventually you get a walk.
There comes Bracamonte, had a home run and a couple RBIs to those numbers that you see. Pitch in there for a strike. Watching on Delta TV, also on Bay Area TV.com, as well as Mixler. And the pitch to Bracamonte in there for a strike, and the count 1-1. Brock, a big 2-run home run in that first inning, getting the Diamonds scoring off to a nice start. 4 runs, 3 hits so far for Pittsburgh. 1 run, 1 hit so far for the Admirals. Here's the pitch, swinging a ground ball wide of third and foul, and the count stays 0-2. So even in the team batting averages, Pittsburgh at 259 coming in, Vallejo at 279. Diamonds averaging 6.2 runs per game. And Vallejo well up over 7, in fact 7.7 runs a game. And first thing you point to is the home run difference. Here's the pitch, and that's inside for a ball. And the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Blatnick away from first, being held on there by Figueroa. Dandridge from the stretch, stretching out that front leg. Next pitch way wide, and the count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Good play by Crouch to get out there and get it, so Blatnick didn't end up at second base.
Two pitch to Bracamonte, hits this one deep to left field. Way back it goes, and this one is gone. Gabriel Bracamonte, his second 2-run bomb of the afternoon, and just like that, a 6-1 lead for the Diamonds.
Back-to-back Gabriel Bracamonte home runs, 2-run home runs.
And kind of a mirror image, left field, both of them spanked over the Lumpies Diner side, and both of them with Morgan Blatnick on base.
There he goes. He sees it headed that way. He tosses the ball with that home run look, and Clark says, I've seen this before.
And now the Admirals want to go ahead and talk it over here with Dandridge. He put up the 0 in that last half inning, but another 2-run bomb here as Bracamonte goes yard for the second time in the game, and the Diamonds already 3 2-run homers, and we are going to have a pitching change, and the Admirals wasting no time bringing the hook. We've got a break in the action. We'll be back to Winter Chevrolet Stadium in just a moment.
If you've been there before, you know when your car breaks down on the freeway, you want quick, reliable service. You want All Counties Tow. With 20 years of experience, 7 locations in Northern California, and 50 trucks, All Counties Tow is the one to count on when you need roadside help. You can find them at allcotow.com or phone 925-709-0759 for fast, dependable service. Easy and painless. All Counties Tow.
So Brian McKenna will come in, the right-hander for the Admirals, and pick up for Alex Dandridge, who had his problems. So it'll be Brian McKenna to try to restore order here for Vallejo.
McKenna is a new member of the bullpen here for Vallejo. He's making only his 4th appearance of the year. He's pitched 7 innings so far. Given up 6 walks, has 5 strikeouts. His record, 1 win, no losses, and his earned run average is 3.86.
So McKenna now will come on. He'll face Joel Carranza, Rafael Valera, and Ryan Lashley. 2+ innings, 6 runs on 4 hits for Dandridge, and he gave up the 3 bombs. Pair of 2-run home runs from Bracamonte and a 2-run home run from Ryan Lashley. And boy, just 2+ innings in for Dandridge, who came in with that very inflated ERA near 12. And I'm not so good at math, but that ERA is really high.
It's really high now. He's given up, and there's no outs here in the 3rd. He's really pitched 2 innings today. He's given up 6 runs, so that is a tough ERA just for today. You can multiply that times 4+, and you'd have 24. Man.
So Dandridge is gone. Here comes McKenna, trying to keep the Diamonds where they're at, and we're talking about home runs. Wes Wallace is gone, as you see McKenna's numbers there again. He'll try to keep the Diamonds down. First pitch, and that one is spanked foul. Wide of 3rd, they count no balls and 1 strike to Joel, who walked and scored ahead of Valera's, and walked and scored ahead of Lashley's 2-run home run.
Diamonds are here tonight. They go to Napa tomorrow, and then on Sunday they play San Rafael, which means Wes Wallace will be coming to play with the opposing team.
This one foul straight back, and the count no balls and 2 strikes to Joel Carranza. And remember, just a few years ago, that Kiriakos was here with the Diamonds, hit 240. And the next year he hit so much better and was such a big part of that championship run last year for Vallejo. There's a called strike 3 on the outside corner. So McKenna comes into the ball game. The first thing he does is gets a strikeout. Now he'll face Rafael Valera. He lined to left his first time. He's 0 for 1.
So it's interesting tonight that Valera is playing shortstop and Jose Garcia is over at second base. I don't know if that's a permanent move or what is happening with that, but that is the situation tonight. And usually this year it has been the opposite.
And this one hit hard to left field. Clark going over, back, and this one is gone. Another home run for Pittsburgh.
Did someone say the Diamonds can't hit home runs?
Wow.
Unbelievable.
The Diamonds, another bomb, and now they lead it 7-1. Well, the wind's not blowing particularly hard.
No.
But the balls are flying particularly far.
We were complaining for so long that the Diamonds would hit the ball to the fence and not over, and they seem to have gotten over that. Here's Valera's blast. And this one, Chevy Clark gave a lot more rush to, but it still was well over the fence.
Well, that first pitch to Lashley in there for a strike. Ryan, he had a 2-run home run back in the first. And the Diamonds 3 2-run home runs. Check swing on this one. No swing, and the count goes 1-1. But the Diamonds 4 home runs overall, and we're not even through the third inning yet. So 45 home runs on the year for the Diamonds. Still a huge disparity. But right now, the Diamonds looking like the 27 Yankees, and the yard just cannot hold them. Next pitch grounded hard. That is going to be off the leg of McKenna. Trickle down toward first base. Glove flip over by the pitcher, not in time. And we are going to have an infield base hit.
Lashley hustled down that baseline knowing it might be close, and he beat out the throw by a bit of a margin. Here we'll get a chance to see it. McKenna just scoops it up with his glove and throws it with the glove over to first base. A very nice play, but still not in time to get the runner. And so the Diamonds have a runner at first now with 1 out.
All right, here's Chris Quitzer. Still just 1 out in the inning. And that was the strikeout for Joel Carranza, but a walk, 2-run home run, another home run, infield base hit off.
See this one again. It bounces off McKenna's leg. He'll race over and get it. He'll pick it up with his glove hand and scoop it to the first baseman, which is quite a play. There he goes. Boom. But Lashley beat it out.
You know, first he's got to deal with the pain of being hit off his leg. Then he's got to find the ball. Go and get it. By the time he does all that, the glove flip is just a little too late. Ball gets away, runner back to first. So Lashley's on. He's 2 for 2 now with the infield hit and the 2-run home run. And Quitzer bounced out to second base his first time. He's 0 for 1.
Quitzer hitting .357 coming into the game, but that's with 14 at bats.
Just a few games here for Mr. Quitzer. Left-handed batter standing straight up, and the 1-0 pitch is spanked to short. And this one is going to be off the glove of Kiriakos, and that ball was smashed. Kiriakos trying to play this one side saddle with that backhand, and we're going to see how they're going to call this. Paula's saying a hit, so I'm going with that. That was hit awfully hard. So a base hit for Quitzer, and here's Stephen Javier.
You don't see Kiriakos miss those very often, and he had a tough bounce, and the ball was hit on a line and bounced a couple times. So he had a tough play. He wasn't quite able to come up with it.
Javier waits. His pitch to him is inside for a ball, and the count 1-0 to the Diamonds backstop. Stephen playing some very fine defense for the Diamonds, but you see the numbers not very good, and he averaged below the Mendoza line. And the pitch to him, swing and a miss, and the count goes 1 ball and 1 strike.
Look at that right field gap. Oi.
Diamonds 7, Admirals 1. Alex Dandridge still searching for answers here since becoming an Admiral. And McKenna's next pitch, and that one is fouled off, and the count goes 1-2. And McKenna, well, he's given up a bomb himself since coming into the ball game.
The Diamonds and the Admirals, not this year's at all, but last year they had some of these wild contests where the Diamonds would take a 10 to 11, 12-run lead, and then all of a sudden the Admirals would come back and tie it. In the mid-20s, both teams would score. It was just insane.
1-2 pitch, swing and a foul ball, and the count stays at 1-2. And the Diamonds have been always, played some of these games from time to time where they just plain get out of hand and start racking them up like a pinball machine. And if you haven't noticed some of the scores around the majors lately, the Nationals scored 20-something the other night. The Dodgers 21 last night. And I think the Red Sox put up 17 against the Yankees last night. 1-2 pitch, swing, and that one's fouled off and out of play. And the count remains at 1-2. That's one thing about baseball. I mean, you think the average is like the teams that don't score very much still get about 4 runs a game. But then every now and then, even the losing team scores 8 or 9. Never can tell. The 1-2 pitch, and that one is low for a ball. Count goes 2-2 to Javier, trying to keep it alive for the 9th place hitter, Jose Garcia.
McKenna obviously tried to kind of win the hearts of the Vallejo Admirals as a newcomer to their bullpen, but he has had a tough go of it here in the 3rd inning.
2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 on, still just 1 out here in the inning. Pitch for Javier, swings, pops this one up. Going foul, they're giving chase. Kiriakos over there, Kinari over there, and they both run out of room. Diamonds with those 4 home runs have collected 7 hits overall. 7-7 for Pittsburgh, 1-1 so far for the Admirals.
And a long time off for Dakota Freeze. It's been a long time since he threw a pitch.
2-2 from McKenna, and Javier takes high for a ball, 3-2. So just 1 out here. You'd wonder if the Diamonds would try to send the runners here to stay out of the potential double play with the catcher running. We'll see if they're going to put on a play here. Payoff pitch. Runner's not going. This one slice foul right side, and this one going to hit the fence. And the count remains at 3-2.
Looks like it hit the top of the fence, maybe that's right across there. Anyway, it was very high up on the fence. Came back down.
Figueroa was out there like he had a play in the Diamond bullpen. It just did hit the fence as the ball was descending. Another payoff pitch due to Stephen Javier. Diamond's just trying to keep the line moving and pour it on the Admirals. And the 3-2 pitch again, and that one foul, right side. Gomez coming in. In the Diamond bullpen, makes the catch. Runner tags, bluffs. The throw comes all the way back in. Nice throw out there by Gomez on a line to third base, and there is out number 2.
Yeah, Lashley was just faking going for third, I believe, because not just because Gomez has a good arm, but Lashley may have beaten out that hit to get to first base, but I don't know if he's the fastest guy on the team.
All right, here's Jose Garcia. Flew out to center back in the 2nd, and the Diamond second baseman tonight 0 for 1. Trying to turn the batting order back over to Brett Smith, and he will with a base hit into left. And here comes Lashley rounding third. Here comes the throw. It's up the first baseline, and the Diamonds have themselves their 8th run of the game. A 2-out RBI base hit by Garcia, and it's Diamonds 8 and the Admirals 1.
Nice rocket by Garcia right through the left side of the infield. No one had a shot at that one. In fact, the concern was maybe it's hit too hard, and that could make it difficult for Lashley to score. The throw came to the plate, but it was up the line, and Lashley scored standing up.
So the Diamonds have batted around now. Brett Smith will be the 9th batter to hit here in the inning, and the pitch to Smith in there for a strike, and the count 0-1. So 2 on, 2 out.
Here is Jose's base hit, and as you can see, it rockets to the left side of the infield. Picking it up in left field is Clark, and he puts on the throw to the plate, but Lashley is able to come across standing up.
Breaking ball with some nice movement downward. And then Smith swinging over the top for strike 2. So Brett 0 for 2 in the ball game here, and down the count, no balls and 2 strikes. So I'd go through this inning here for you, but I think we don't have enough time. The 0-2 pitch, and that one breaking ball outside. Sounded like they popped the glove like a fastball, but had some movement. That may have been the slider there for McKenna. In any event, it's ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 4 in, and still 2 on here in the inning. 1-2 pitch, and that one just did miss. 2-2. As they say, deuce is wild here in the inning. But a 4 spot in the first, 4 spot here in the third for Pittsburgh, and looking for more in frame number 3. And McKenna's pitch, and that's a call. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Diamond's finally done. They lead 2, but they pick up another bomb. It's a 4-run inning again through 3 here from Winter Chevrolet Stadium. Diamonds 8, Admirals 1.
Red's Barbershop. You know when it's time for a haircut, but you aren't really thrilled with the trim you've been getting? You'd like to find a new hair cutter, but it seems like a big hassle with too many choices and not enough information. We're giving you the take sign, as in take down this information. Call Red's Barbershop and make an appointment. Red has the skills and experience with all types of hair. He is great with the latest styles and still knows how to make you shine with more traditional haircuts. Call 925-382-1399 and make an appointment. That's 925-382-1399. Red's Barbershop is at 190 East 7th Street, just off Railroad Avenue in Old Town. Give Red a call today, 925-382-1399. Oh, sure, you'll ask for advice if you want some, but usually you know exactly how you want your business publications and handouts to look. That's where Paper Tiger Ready Print comes in. It is their mission to help you achieve your business goals, and that starts by listening to what you want and making it happen. At Paper Tiger Ready Print, they believe there is no greater satisfaction than delivering a finished product that helps a client reach their goals and objectives. Give them a try. You won't be disappointed. Paper Tiger Ready Print at 182 East Leland Road in Pittsburgh or readyprint.com.
And as we go to the 4th, it's 8-1 Pittsburgh. It's been home run derby here for the Diamonds. And to call the action for you, here's Scott McDonald.
What a night for the Diamonds to put on a home run derby the same night that they trade away their home run hitter, Wes Wallace. And a lot of teams, that would not be the right term, home run hitter, one home run hitter. Well, for the Diamonds it is. Wes was the only one hitting home runs this year. He hadn't hit a lot recently. He also had 100 strikeouts. And it had come to a state where he was striking out 3 or 4 times a game. The Diamonds felt like they needed to make a change. They traded West to San Rafael today for players to be named later. Wallace then will be coming back to Winter Chevrolet Stadium on Sunday at 1 o'clock as the Pacifics come to town for a one-game stand. So the Diamonds and the Pacifics Sunday at 1. But right now we are here in the 4th inning, the top of the 4th, with the score Pittsburgh 8 and Vallejo 1. The Diamonds have got 8 runs, largely on the strength of 4 home runs that they've hit here today and 1 Jose Garcia RBI single. Ryan Canary steps in here. He is 0 for 1 on the day, and Dakota Freeze to the plate. It's 0-1.
Like you said, Scott, we've had weirder things happen where the score looks one way and the game's out of hand, and then all of a sudden it's not. So Dakota Freeze, just act like it's 0-0.
They say that all the time, of course, and it's tough to do, but it's good advice. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the tougher part for a pitcher has got to be sitting out all that time, kind of getting cold, kind of your teammates. You know, it's not bad that they rack up 8 runs. That's a good thing, but Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that's one line down the right field line, and dancing out of the way is the third first base coach, as it was right underneath his feet.
Boy, and every time I see Canary bat, he's either leaving the yard or hitting it hard somewhere. And this left-handed hitter just got himself a great stroke.
That's Jalen Miller in the first base batter's box, first base coaching box. His pitch is fouled away the other direction, and so the count stays at 1-2. Miller pitched last night and got the victory, as I recall.
7 strong innings from him last night.
He's still laughing about it, still checking his shoes. Says that ball just flew right under there. 1-2 count. We are in the top of the 4th inning, 8-1 in favor of the Diamonds. Dakota Freeze winds and delivers. Pitch is swung on, lifted high, foul, and it'll be out of play. Count stays 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I've heard Oral Hershiser talk about games like this, that you get that big separation between the teams, and it's just about keeping your focus. And sometimes you can kind of lose that focus when you're ahead by a lot of runs.
1 ball and 2 strikes, and there's an interesting other side of that here. Oh, now Freeze steps off the rubber, and that is, keeping your focus. Every batter, you have to be equally intense, want to get them out. At the same time, here's the pitch, swung on a miss, strike 3. Canary is out number 1 here in the 4th. You have an advantage. You have a 7-run advantage, and that allows you not to just pick around the corners of the strike zone, but to just throw the ball. And if they hit it, so what? As long as you're not. The worst thing you can do is walk the batter, hit the batter, give them people on base for free. We'll see what happens with Chevy Clark as he steps into the batter's box with 1 out. He grounded out to third base back in the 2nd inning. That pitch is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Clark has had a busy day in left field watching the ball fly over the left field fence.
Hey, do you guys have any more?
Well, one thing that we know that we've pointed out, the Admirals can score.
This pitch has swung, and that got bounced off of Javier, I think. He is not feeling so hot at the moment, so he's going to walk it off.
Boy, they hit the chest protector. Comes down and covers the top part of the stomach, but that's still got to feel like you got kicked by a mule.
Yeah, that's just a little padding, that chest protector. Unfortunately, it's not. The reason is your catchers have to have flexibility. You have to be able to chase the ball, pick it up, throw it around. So you can't have something that's too stiff, or it would cut down on the flexibility. But so does a big old bruise on your right side of your chest.
Yeah, broken ribs usually cuts down flexibility a lot.
That's true. Here's a pitch, a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Chevy Clark. And one thing about Javier and Bracamonte, they have just cut down on the number of balls that get behind the catcher and back to the backstop. Here's this pitch. Swung on, popped up, foul, out of play. They've done an outstanding job behind the plate.
Talk about what a huge difference that makes. Not only just in the number of miscues, but just how pitchers feel about the next type of pitch they want to throw. You get into those situations, Scott, where, you're ahead 2 strikes. Sometimes you want to bury a pitch against a particular hitter, but if you don't have faith that your catcher can block it, you just can't do that.
Right. 1-2 count. This pitch is outside. Just when we say that, it gets to the backstop, but no one is on base. So the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It's opposite day, Scott. Whatever we say, the opposite's going to. We say the Diamonds don't hit enough home runs, they hit a whole bunch.
Right.
We say the catchers are doing a great job stopping the ball from going to the backstop. It's going right to the backstop.
Right. So we better be careful about what we say. 2-2 count. That's low for a ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
I'm reasonably assured that a meteor tonight will not hit the earth.
Oh,
boy. Here we go.
There go the dinosaurs again. 3-2 count. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on, bound to left side, foul.
Good wood on that one. That certainly had the sound coming off the bat, but well foul.
We have a count of pitches on the top of your screen there for Dakota Freeze, 42 pitches. And so that Means he has not been putting himself out too much. He's only given up 1 hit and 2 walks. Pitch is swung on, and that one's fouled away. Chevy Clark is going to make him work for it here. He's been fouled off a couple pitches after the count went full.
Good battle here with Chevy Clark. He smashed one down to third his first time. That was handled over there by Bracamonte, and Brock was able to throw him out.
3-2 pitch from Freeze, and that is ball 4 outside. So Clark will be a base runner. Kyle Figueroa comes up with a runner at first and 1 out.
That is the 3rd walk of the game, and the 3rd and the last inning in a 3rd here for Dakota Freeze. So if there's something that might have you just a bit worried, that one thing that can get a pitcher into trouble very quickly, give up a couple of walks and a blast.
Throw to first. Clark is back in, down 8-1. One wouldn't expect that the Vallejo Admirals would be running, but we'll see. Here's a pitch to Figueroa. He swings and fouls it off, and now it counts no balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, it's one thing you wonder about, Scott. Do you start playing for 1-1? Do you 1 run? Do you risk getting thrown out on the bases, even when you're down by 7? But I mean, we're just a third of the way through the game.
Right. And this pitch is outside for a ball, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. You also eliminate the easy double play. You do things to your advantage on top of just getting an extra base. So it's something to think about, but I guess it depends on your base runner and the catcher and the pitcher. 1 ball, 1 strike. Freeze to the plate. Strike. It's 1 and 2. Also, what kind of pitches does the pitcher throw? And Freeze throws a hard fastball often. That gets to the plate in a hurry. Clark with a big lead over at first base. Freeze looks over at him. 1-2 count. He's being held on over there by Lashley. The 1-2 pitch. He reaches out and fouls this away. Figueroa just did get a piece of it. It's kept him alive at 1 and 2.
And Kyle Figueroa out of Tallahassee, Florida. 26 years old, and he's been the team leader. 359 average.
This pitch is grounded to shortstop. Valera to second to Garcia on to first. Double play. And that will do it for the Vallejo Admirals here in inning number 4. As a very smooth double play. Valera to Garcia to Lashley, and down goes the Admirals. At the end of 3.5 innings, the score, Pittsburg 8, Vallejo 1.
Whether your goal is to get to Carnegie Hall or to break into the Diamond lineup, the best way to get there is
Nick's Sandwiches. Want to tailgate in City Park before the next Diamonds home game? Nick's Sandwiches is a great place to start. Everything you need for a big crew of hungry fans, or a tasty lunch on the Delta, or a quick grab of coffee and a bite to eat on the way to work. Nick's Sandwiches is in Old Town Pittsburgh on Railroad Avenue, across from the marina. Eating at the Diamond's favorite deli is as satisfying as a 3-run homer. Start your pregame warm-up at Nick's Sandwiches, 315 Railroad Avenue in Old Town. One example of teamwork is a smoothly executed double play memorialized in the famous baseball poem, Tinkers to Evers to Chance. Another example of great teamwork is the Pittsburgh Chamber of Commerce. MyPittsburghChamber.org brings together the many and varied businesses that make up the local economy and forges them into a community force that is focused on economic development, advocacy, partnerships, and workforce development. The Pittsburgh Chamber is making a difference. Even if your business doesn't leave you the time to get personally involved, your membership contribution will advance the cause. Visit mypittsburghchamber.org today.
Welcome back to Winter Chevrolet Stadium. Let's take another look at that double play that ended the top of the inning as the Diamonds really look sharp on that double play. We talked a little bit about how the shortstop and second baseman is reversed tonight. Earlier in this year, it's always been Garcia at short and Valera at second. But tonight, it's Valera at short and Garcia at second. And we've had a couple of attempts to show you that, but apparently we're not going to be able to get that done. So that's all right. We saw it once. We saw the impact. Now it's Morgan Blatnick coming up to lead off the bottom of the fourth inning. It's a messy scorecard if you've been keeping score for the Diamonds. They've got 4 home runs. They've got 8 runs. And Blatnick is here to see about getting some more. 8-1 in favor of Pittsburgh. McKenna on the mound. His pitch is a strike. Gets 0-1. Brian McKenna came in after that home run in the last inning, and then he gave up a home run to Valera, and then a couple of singles and a single by Garcia for another run. This pitch is a strike, and it snowballs to 2 strikes now to Blatnick. Hard to work a walk. We've seen him do it, but it's hard to work a walk out of 0-2. Diamonds here tonight, at Napa tomorrow. Here's the pitch. The ball 1-2, and then on Sunday they come home to play the San Rafael Pacifics and their new player Wes Wallace that they got in a trade with the Diamonds today. And then the Diamonds are gone for 6 games. They won't be home again until August 14th. Here's a pitch to Blatnick, low and inside. That is a ball, and so he's worked it back to 2-2. We want to point out that August 19th here is going to be Rotary Day at Winter Chevrolet Stadium. And you should make your plans to attend, help a good cause, and have a lot of fun as the Diamonds host the Silverados on their last Sunday game of the year. That pitch goes back to the backstop, and lo and behold, Morgan Blatnick has the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
You know, Rotary Club of the Delta does so much to help local charities, and I know they do that with beer sales here at the ballpark, so it'll be nice to celebrate all their efforts on the 19th. Come on out and join us for that event right here at Winter Chevrolet Stadium.
Here's the 3-2 pitch to Blatnick. Is swung on and foul tipped, perhaps? Or is he gone? Nope, he's there. Just does stay alive. Count stays 3-2. On deck, Gabriel Bracamonte. He is the person with 2 home runs tonight. And then Joel Carranza. The pitch. Swung on, Blatnick lines this into center field. Akins comes in and then decides to let it take a bounce. It'll be a single for Blatnick. He's on at first with nobody out.
And Morgan Blatnick, 3 for 3, double walk, single, couple of runs scored. And here comes the Bambino Bracamonte.
Gabriel Bracamonte steps into the plate. He has a home run in the first inning with Morgan Blatnick standing at second. He has a home run in the third inning with Morgan Blatnick standing at first. In this inning, Blatnick is back at first. Nobody out. Brian McKenna to the plate. The pitch to Bracamonte's inside. For a ball, it's 1-0.
You certainly didn't think of Brock as a home run hitter, but you certainly see the numbers that he's put up all year long, and you know he just handles the bat really, really well. And just to remind us tonight, he's got home run pop.
That pitch is a strike, and it's 1-1. I don't think anyone expected Bracamonte to be hitting for average as well as he has been, and he's just been a terror. And tonight he's 2 for 2. One pitch. Swung on. This one is lined to center field. Akins on his way back. Now he stops and makes the catch.
That one hit on the line as well. Just couldn't get it over Akins' head, but squared it up pretty well, did Bracamonte. But this one falls well short, and he's out number 1.
Just another example. You're seeing the ball well. You hit the ball well. You're still going to be out, more than half the time. That's part of the game. Joel Carranza up here, he scored a run in the first inning. I think he walked previous to that, scoring that run, and then he was called out in strikes in the third inning. Pitch is low and outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes.
Good eye, babe. Good eye.
Morgan Blatnick with his lead from first base. Diamonds with an 8-1 lead here. 8 runs on 9 hits. 1 run on 1 hit for Vallejo. Pitch to Granza, swung on a lifted to the right side. Here comes Gomez towards the right field foul line. He'll stop shy of it and make the catch. That's 2 down now, and runner at first. And Rafael Valera, also a home run hitter tonight, will come to the plate. Valera's home run came in the 3rd inning. He flew out in the 7th.
Yeah, that fly out in the 1st, that was a liner to left. He hit pretty well. And then, of course, the other one left the yard. And, well, the Diamond's bat's just extremely loud here tonight.
Runner at first, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. McKenna to the plate, inside, no, not inside of the strike zone, and it's 0-1. The Diamonds on the 4th game of this Benicia Bridge series this week. The Diamonds won the first 2 in Vallejo. They lost a 1-run game last night. They're trying to take 3 out of 4 to make a statement that they are going to be the team of August. The pitch to Valera swung on, lifted to the right side, and right there is Vladimir Gomez. He makes the catch for out number 3. So the Diamonds get a base hit, but that's all they get here in the 4th inning, and we'll go to inning number 5 with the score. Pittsburg 8 and Vallejo 1.
Libraries are community centers, and truly the community comes and uses them. They're here for anybody who walks in the door. It's important for people to have a connection to their community because it makes you feel like you belong. Mechanics Bank really values their relationship. They actively reach out with an open hand to nonprofits. Mechanics Bank doesn't just show up and say that they're going to do something. They actually follow through. They're not just a partner in name. They're a partner in person. My name's Kristen Anderson. I'm the Executive Director of the Walnut Creek Library Foundation, and I'm a mechanic.
Are you looking for a community-based establishment that will provide a fun and exciting environment for your family? Certainly Diamonds Baseball is one, and no doubt Lumpy's Diner is another. Before or after the game, eating at Lumpy's Diner or Lumpy's Diner Express can make for a great doubleheader. And if you want to win a road game, LD's Catering will make your event a hit no matter the location. Lumpy's Diner is a homegrown sensation, world famous since 2008. Bring your family to ours.
Welcome back to inning number 5. We're just joking about a little broadcast chicanery out here. 8-1 in favor of the Diamonds. 4 runs in the 1st inning and 4 runs in the 3rd inning, especially important after Vallejo come back and scored a run. It's now 8-1.
We're just a couple of cut-ups here, Scott, but thoroughly enjoying this Diamond 8-run outburst. Nice to see them really swing the bat well and have the ball leave the yard, just as we were talking about. It had been a problem for them this year.
And we saw Dakota Freeze at his first time up there with the big diamond run. He had not lost his focus. 1-2-3 inning. Now in the top of the 5th, DeAndre Van Slyke comes to the plate and takes a strike. It's 0-1. He'll be followed by Nick Krause, and then Brandon Fisher. So 3 scheduled hitters here in the 5th for the Admirals. This pitch is rocket to the right side. Oh, a diving stop by Garcia. He throws him out.
What a play by Jose, diving to his left. Boy, that was the only way he was going to get to the ball. He makes the perfect dive at just the right time. And DeAndre is robbed of a base hit.
And is Garcia bothered by playing second base? Apparently not. Look at this. Oh, he just makes that catch. Beautiful, beautiful stop by Garcia, completely horizontal to make that play. Freeze to the plate. This pitch to Krause is a strike, and it's 0-1.
Well, we know DeAndre has done that to the Diamonds, and, well, that was a little payback that time for Mr. Van Slyke.
Wasn't quite the outfield fence, but here's the fence to Krause. Ground ball left side. Third baseman picks it up. Bracamonte across the diamond for the out, and it's 2 down. Well, two good plays. That was your more mundane good play, but it's still kind of just exciting to see that kind of defensive effort and that beautiful play from Jose Garcia. Here we're going to get a replay. This one of Bracamonte with his pickup at third and throwing out Kraus at first. So now there are two down and nobody on. Brandon Fisher comes up here. He takes a strike, 0-1. And I'll tell you what's important about this inning. Every batter that has come to the plate, Dakota Freeze has started them off with a strike. The 0-1 pitch, strike two. So you get out in front of the count, and you're going to be in a good way, according to baseball baseball myth and baseball stats. Pitch outside for a ball, 1-2.
Well, so far, so good for Dakota Freeze. He had the 1-2-3 in the first, 1-2-3 in the second. Ran into a little trouble in the third, faced the minimum with a double play in the fourth, and now working on yet another 1-2-3 here in the fifth.
The pitch from Freeze. One fouled back. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody on. 8-1 Diamonds here in the top of the fifth inning. Freeze stretches a little bit on top of the mound, looks in, has the ball set in his glove right in front of his face. Now it comes to the plate, and that pitch is low for a ball. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Thank you for joining us on Mixler.com and on Delta TV tonight. As you know, you can get all the Diamond games now on the Pittsburgh Diamonds channel on YouTube. Here's the pitch. Inside for a ball. The count goes full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Brandon Fisher. 2 outs, nobody on. Freeze looks in. And the 3-2 pitch. That one goes all the way to the backstop, ball 4, and that puts a runner on base.
So no 1-2-3 inning here. Vlad Gomez is going to get a chance to bat. And we said he's been spanking the ball pretty hard these last few games. But the Diamonds in a comfortable position here with a 7-run lead. But you start walking a couple of guys, and that has been a bit of a problem for Dakota. That number's starting to go up here a little bit.
First pitch to Gomez. A swing batted up the middle of the diamond. Valera in front of second. Now he grabs it and steps on second for the outs. So, base runner for the Admirals here in the fifth, but that is it. The rest of the people go down practically in order. We're going to the bottom of the fifth inning here at Winter Chevrolet Stadium with the score. Pittsburgh 8 and Vallejo 1.
Little J's. The handcrafted burgers are sensational. The generous sandwiches are delicious. The hand-carved tri-tip is the best in town. Getting hungry? You probably already know where to go to find these food treasures. Little J's in Pittsburgh. Since 2003, Little J's has been rewarding those smart enough to stop in for a meal. They can also cater your next event. On Loveridge Road, it's Little J's Restaurant. Hampton by Hilton. Road trips can be grueling, which is why baseball teams are happy to split their road games. But there's one way to guarantee a win on the road. That's by staying at Hampton Inn by Hilton. Fresh, up-to-date accommodations include a hearty cooked breakfast to get you off to a good start on the day. Known for low-end prices and high-end service, a stay at Hampton Inn by Hilton means you can earn points in the valuable Hilton Honors Program. You can find a Hampton Inn by Hilton in Pittsburgh and Brentwood.
Ryan Lashley, Chris Quitzer, and Stephen Javier will be the 3 first batters for the Diamonds here. Inning number 5. Trying to take on Brian McKenna. He came in, he gave up 2 runs, but he has this kind of established some order to the chaos that was the Diamonds batting order, and chaos simply because they were hitting the ball out of the park. 4 home runs, 8 runs on the night. It's 8-1 in favor of the Diamonds as we start the bottom of the 5th inning, and the first pitch to Lashley is a strike. It's 0-1.
Good night so far for Lash. Let's see if he can keep that going.
Lashley gave the first indication what kind of a night it might be. Here's the pitch. High for a ball. It's 1-1. He hit the second 2-run home run in that first inning. And sure, you see 1 2-run home run. Okay, that's a good first inning. But when you see a second one in the same inning, you think, uh-oh. And then there were 2 more Diamond home runs in this game. This pitch. Swung a glass left side into left field. Base hit for Lashley. He is now 3 for 3 on the night, a home run and 2 singles. And he'll be at first base as Chris Quitzer comes to the plate.
And with the sound of that ball coming off the bat, I mean, we don't have exit velocity right here to tell you about, but I can guarantee you that one was just smoking when it went into left field.
And we said just before his home run how Roland Nazar, who was our guest in the pregame show, was saying how much they like the fact that Ryan Lashley hits the ball hard every time. Pitch to Quitzer is a strike, and it's 0-1.
It's Jim Carrey movie. What was the movie?
Runner at first, nobody out. Bottom of the 5th inning, 8-1 Pittsburgh. The pitch to Quitzer is inside for a ball. It's 1-1. Stephen Javier is on deck. And if the inning keeps going, we'll get the horizontal one, Garcia. Here's the pitch. Swung bounded up the middle, right at Kiriakos. He bobbles the ball. Now try to get him at first. That's not in time. And the Diamonds have runners at first and second.
Boy, we've seen Kiriakos kind of misplay a couple. One of them was called a base hit because it was hit so hard. This one clearly an error. And sometimes when we take another look, I guess even on defense, you get behind by a lot. Maybe your concentration's not as good.
Right.
I'm not sure what's going on there, but that's certainly one that the Admiral shortstop would handle rather in a routine fashion.
Here's Stephen Javier, and Brian McKenna on the mound's got to be saying, what do I have to do? That pitch is fouled back. It's 0-1. He gives them the perfect double play ball, and the usually sure-handed Kiriakos comes in and bobbles it around like he's a bad juggler.
Yeah, that was one thing, to juggle it a little bit and not get that lead runner or be able to get the double play, but you end up getting nobody. Now the Diamonds have a chance for another big inning.
And a lot of that's due to Chris Quitzer hustling down the first base line to beat out the throw. He's at first base. On at second base is Ryan Lashley. There's nobody out. Here's Stephen Javier with an 0-1 count. The pitch is a ball. It's 1-1.
And Javier is just really looking to get that stroke going to find sort of his place in the batting order. Try to get that average north of 200.
That pitch low and outside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike.
You always wonder how much, when the average sinks like that, how much you start pressing, trying to get 2 hits in every at-bat.
Of course. And your coaches tell you not to do that, and
easier said than done.
Yeah. Diamonds 8. Admirals 1, 2-1 pitch. Ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Good eye, babe. Good eye.
Javier pounds the plate with the bat. Now ready to go. 3-1 count. 3-1 pitch. That's inside and it goes by. It's going to be ball 4 anyway. The runners would go up, but Crouch still needs to hustle and get that ball because the runners can keep coming if they want to. So the bases are now loaded, and here comes Jose. I'm horizontal Garcia after his great defensive play.
Big base hit with an RBI that he absolutely lashed into left field, and that great play defensively to take away a base hit from Van Slyke leading off the 5th.
McKenna has the bases juiced here, and the pitch to Garcia swung on a miss to strike. It's 0-1.
That fastball looked like it had a little bit of movement going down. Had Garcia swinging right over the top.
Admirals willing to give up a run if they can get a double play and just get 2 outs in this inning. They're down 8-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Garcia gets something in his eye, I think, and wants to step out of the batter's box. So,
obviously, the Diamonds with a comfortable lead, but can make it a whole lot worse on the Admirals right here with a base hit.
the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, line drive, left center field, and a diving attempt is good. He got the catch. What a play in left field by Chevy Clark.
Let's talk about horizontal Jose. Horizontal Chevy out there in left center as he was racing over. That ball was sinking as another ball crushed by Jose. Here's a look at it on Delta TV. And look at that one. Full out dive by Chevy Clark. The run's going to score, but boy, I thought that was for sure a 2 RBI base hit.
I didn't think he could make that catch, and he did. A great play by Chevy Clark, scoring Ryan Lashley, who was wise enough to be hanging out at third base, despite the fact that looked like a sure hit, and he tags and scores, and it's 9-1. So that's a sac fly for Jose, who deserves something more than an out. The way he hit that ball. Here comes Brett Smith. He is 0 for 3 on the night. He's got runners at first and second and 1 out. First pitch is fouled away for a strike. It's 0-1.
Garcia obviously feels robbed, but that was one of those weird ones. He picks up an RBI, and he still feels like he got taken.
0-1 pitch to Smith is low for a ball. It's 1-1. So the Diamonds now have Quitzer at second and Javier on at first. Smith at the plate. 10 hits on the night for the Diamonds, 9 runs. Here's a pitch. Low, bounces on the plate. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Diamonds have had their way tonight. And on top of the fact that they've scored 9 runs on 10 hits, Dakota Freeze has only given up 1 run and only given up 1 hit. McKenna comes set. This pitch is swung on a miss. Strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, that was a great elevated fastball right there. Smith unable to lay off. That one clearly at eye level. Smith let it rip and just couldn't catch up.
2-2 count. The 2-2 pitch is swung on and lifted foul, and it will be out of play or hits the fence anyway, and so the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Smith steps out and will now step back in. 9-1 Pittsburgh, trying to take 3 out of 4 of these games in the Benicia Bridge series against Vallejo this week. Pitch is outside. The count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So will the Diamonds send Quitzer and Javier with a 3-2 count and 1 out?
Thinking with an 8-run lead, no.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, lined up to center, base hit into center field. Aikens charges, rounding third is Quitzer. He's coming to the plate. Here comes the ball, and it gets cut off at the mound. And coming in to score is Quitzer, and it is 10-1.
Right back up the middle, just how you're supposed to do when you're Brett Smith. Takes that one right back through the box, picks himself up an RBI, and he has officially joined the party. And boy, look at that score. This just keeps getting further and further away from the Admirals. 10-1 now.
And that's kind of what B.J. Phillips says as he walks out there. Here comes a replay, and you can see the ball. Oh, well, you can't. But we get that replay, you see that ball. B.J. Phillips has come out, and he is called for a new pitcher here for the Vallejo Admirals. Here he comes. We'll know who he is in any moment. We can see his number. Right now, he's doing a very good job of hiding it. He is 41. Is Brett Schneider. Brett Schneider will be the new pitcher for the Admirals. When we come back, the score: the Diamonds 10, Vallejo 1.
Anytime we have a conversation with Mechanics Paint, we know that we're in the same business. Our business is customer service, integrity, loyalty, friendship. Mechanics clearly establishes a high level of tradition, honesty, integrity that comes through in all their transactions. I trust them with everything. I know that they're there for us. My name is Paul Irwin. I'm a mechanic.
The 90 feet between third base and home plate is some of the most important real estate in sports. That's why a coach is located there to help runners navigate the valuable turf. There is help for you, too, when you need to navigate real estate issues. Kroski Real Estate in Pittsburgh has been building strong communities since 1946. The family-owned and operated business is an expert on commercial property management, real estate sales, and residential property management. Kroski Real Estate is on Railroad Avenue in Old Town, Pittsburgh. When you are making the turn for home, get the help you need from Kroski Real Estate.
Well, in bringing in Brett Schneider, the Vallejo Admirals are not bringing in someone just to mop up the old mess. They're bringing in perhaps their most effective relief pitcher, making his 24th appearance. He has 29 innings pitched. He has given up 10 walks in those 29 innings. He has 33 strikeouts. His record is 2 wins, 1 loss, and 5 saves, and his ERA is 2.17. It may be a case that Schneider just needs some work, because we have not seen Schneider in the 4-game series. And this is game 4. But I'm sure Vallejo would not be upset if he would brought an end to things here for the Diamonds, who are continuing to score 2 runs here on the bottom of the 5th after 4 in the first and 4 in the third, and it is 10-1 in favor of Pittsburgh. Right now there's 1 out and runners at first and second. The pitch to Blatnick is a strike. It's 0-1. Brett Smith getting an RBI after knocking in a run with his sharp single to center, following Jose Garcia's RBI after a sacrifice fly.
Well, McKenna not the answer either.
This pitch is a ball, and the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike.
But you're exactly right, Scott. This guy's coming in here, Schneider, because he just needs some work. 9-run lead at this point in the ball game. Not usually when you use one of your best relievers.
Here's a pitch. And this ball is hit by Blatnick deep to right field. Back goes Gomez to the wall. He makes the catch. Tagging at second is Stephen Javier, who goes down to third. Boy, it looked like the Diamonds had home run number 5, as Vladimir Gomez had to go all the way to the right field wall to rope it in.
Morgan gives this one a ride. This one reminds me of the last time the Diamonds were playing those several games at home where they were hitting the ball hard a lot, getting robbed, and then hitting the ball hard a lot, and then just having it die on the warning track. That one does it here, but that has not been a problem here tonight for Pittsburgh.
And the person most evident of that is now at the plate, Gabriel Bracamonte. 2 home runs tonight. This pitch is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Up here with runners at first and third and 2 outs. Bracamonte hit a 2-run homer in the first inning to get things started. Hit a 2-run homer in the third inning. Runners at first and third. Javier at third, and Brett Smith is on at first. Bracamonte at the plate. Count 1-0. Brett Schneider. That pitch is a ball. It's 2 balls and no strikes. So Schneider came in with those impressive numbers, but Blatnick almost sent the ball over the right field fence. 2-0 count. The 2-0 pitch. Strike, and it's 2-1. 10-1, Pittsburgh. Gabriel, we said, came in hitting .333. Now with 2 home runs, he's 2 for 3 on the day here. 4 RBIs. That pitch is lashed to left side, deep to left field, and that's foul.
And that's the snake pit part of the Diamonds. Not tonight. Blatnick blasts one to right field.
Right.
It gets caught. Bracamonte slashes one over here to left field again. And that one just goes foul. But just indicative of the Diamonds. They're just squaring everything up tonight, and they just will not let up.
Garcia with that line drive to left center field that Chevy Clark makes an amazing catch on. Still drove in a run, but could have been a lot more damage if that ball had landed. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will do it for Bracamonte, and that will do it for the Diamonds here in the 5th inning. But they come up with 2 more runs on, hold on a second, only 2 hits. And at the end of 5 full, the score, Pittsburgh 10 and Vallejo 1.
If you've been there before, you know when your car breaks down on the freeway, you want quick, reliable service. You want All Counties Tow. With 20 years of experience, 7 locations in Northern California, and 50 trucks, All Counties Tow is the one to count on when you need roadside help. You can find them at allcotow.com or phone 925-709-0759 for fast, dependable service. Easy and painless. All Counties Tow.
Our family's been involved in recycling ever since my dad became a scavenger back in the 40s. It's what we're good at. It's what we've got the most experience in. In our houses, we make decisions every day on how much water we use, how much electricity we use, how much we recycle. In the old days when we were just all landfilling, it was a very, very simple business. You picked up the garbage, you went in the truck, it was brought to the landfill. Now with the advent of a new era of environmental consciousness, the precedent is for more and more resource recovery, and we pride ourselves on being on the forefront of that.
Welcome back to Winter Chevrolet Stadium, where things are all honky-dory at the moment. The Diamonds leading 10-1. Dakota Freeze has come out for his 6th inning of work here. He has held these Admirals to 1 hit. He has given up 1 run, and his teammates have given him a 9-run lead. So he is ready to face the music here in the top of the 6th inning. He's only made 54 pitches. So he just all around, things are looking good for Mr. Freeze and for the Diamonds.
Yeah, right now Dakota cruising right along. You know, several 1, 2, 3 innings, and a couple of times where he's faced just 1 over the minimum, and when he's gotten into some trouble, he's been able to strike out the likes of Nick Akins, and he got Vlad Gomez on the 6th unassisted to get out of some more trouble in the 5th. So when the Admirals have gotten him into some trouble, he's been able to get out of those jams.
David Kiriakos steps up here. He'll be followed by Nick Akins and Ryan Canary as we go through the 3 scheduled hitters here for Vallejo. And the pitch from Freeze is swung and grounded right at Valera. He makes a quick pickup and throw across the diamond for the out. Out number 1, and that is not making Freeze work for it.
1 pitch, 1 out. Kiriakos hit it fairly well, but right on the ground, too. Valera handles that pretty easily for out number 1. And you know, for Dakota and any pitcher, you just love those 1 pitch, 1 out situations.
Nick Akins will come up here. Nick has been called out on strikes twice. Steps up here with the bases empty and 1 out in the top of the 6th. Brett Schneider came in there, and I thought if he was just here for work, here's a pitch. A strike, it's 0-1. The new relief pitcher for Vallejo. We thought maybe there'd be somebody up throwing again, just to get him out of there after he faces a few more batters maybe, but things are quiet in the Vallejo bullpen. This pitch to Akins is a ball, and it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Ryan Canary is on deck. The pitch. That's a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Certainly not a bad looking pitch right there. Would have been a pitcher's strike, but as they say, that one was probably just off the corner or on the black.
This pitch, low and outside for a ball. It's 3-1. The Diamonds are having an extraordinary run of pitching here. Even when they lost last night, they only gave up 3 runs, and you should be able to win when you give up 3 runs. Freeze putting on quite a show here, and Corey McDonald 2 nights ago, he put on a great performance. This pitch is whacked to third base. Bracamonte makes the stop, throws out Akins.
Well, that was a nice play by Brock over there at third. He handles that one side, a little bit of Olay out there, but boy, that he looked like he handled it with such ease, and that ball was really, really hit sharply.
Yeah, Akins got a lot of that one, and Bracamonte made the play. And that helps these pitchers I'm talking about. Here comes a replay, and we can see across the Diamonds where Bracamonte made that stop. We didn't see too much of his effort, but it was a good one. Canary steps up here. 2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss, a strike. So Aaron Miles says this week we're going to start with Brett Solano is going to pitch on Tuesday, and Brett Solano is going to pitch on Sunday. And that means we only have 4 positions between the two, and we have 6 starting pitchers. We have to get down to 5. And this week is somewhat of a dress rehearsal, a tryout. I don't know how to put it, even though they've seen all these pitchers all season long. Here's a pitch from Freeze, and this one is hit to deep center field. Smith is on his horse, back to left center, and it's a left fielder who hits it and knocks it to the fence. That is Quitzer, and the throw comes in, and coming into third with a slide is Ryan Canary.
Boy, I thought that was going to be the center fielder Smith's ball all the way. Quitzer got over there in a hurry. It looked like he was going to make the catch, Scott. It just tipped off his glove.
And I don't know how much they bothered each other because they both seemed to be running at full speed, and I was concerned that there'd be some kind of collision out there. They did not collide, but it was Quitzer who got his ball in the glove but could not hold on. And now Canary is on at third, and up to the plate comes Chevy Clark. But here's the play, and there is Quitzer, and boy, they are right on top of each other. No way they could not have bothered each other because that was unfortunate for the Diamonds.
Yeah, communication not all that great because they certainly got way too close to each other, far closer than they should have gotten, and somebody should have called off the other.
The pitch to Clark. He hits this one deep to right center field. Smith on the way back to the wall. It's gone.
We talked about Chevy Clark not having the year offensive that he'd like to have. Comes up with a big home run right here, and it's still a 7-run lead for the Diamonds. But just like that, a couple of runs on the board here in the inning for the Admirals, and this has been a very loud inning here coming off the Admiral bats.
There goes Clark after he hit that one, and the Smith taking a look at it as it goes over the fence. Yes, Nick Akins with a hard hit ball to third base that Bracamonte is able to handle, and he throws him out. That's followed by Canary hitting the ball all the way to the left field wall, just over the outstretched hands of Quitzer. And then Clark knocking it over the right center field fence for a 2-run home run. It's 10-3 right now. We're in the top of the 6th. 2 down when all this started. Kyle Figueroa takes a ball, and it's 1-0. The count's 1-1.
Everybody in the innings hit the ball hard. The Diamonds played the Kiriakos ground ball and the Akins ground ball really well on the left side of the infield, but not enough defense for the last 2.
This pitch is lined at center field. That's a base hit. Figueroa goes down to first and will hold on. And boy, the Dakota Freeze has not been a mystery to the Admirals in this inning.
Well, everything hit hard, Scott, and that one's a line base hit by Figueroa. Still 2 outs in the inning, so it's not certainly panic time for the Diamonds, but all of a sudden everything is jumping off the Admirals' bats.
It's that third time through the order that people talk about. And Freeze has, as we said, not been a mystery. DeAndre Van Slyke will step up here. He's walked, and he hit a line drive that Jose Garcia was able to snare with a great diving stop. That pitch is a strike. It's 0-1. It was not a line drive out. It was a ground ball, but it was still an amazing sideways leap by Garcia. No balls, 1 strike, the count here with 2 outs. Runner at first. DeAndre Van Slyke at the plate. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
There's just a challenge fastball right there coming from Dakota Freeze. That's here. DeAndre try to hit it. He swings right through.
Freeze looks over his shoulder at Kyle Figueroa, who is at first base. Here's the pitch to Van Slyke, and he swings and fouls it back.
What the heck was that?
Freeze taking a walk around behind the mound. Walk up to the top of it. Now set to go. Van Slyke taps the plate, and he's ready to go. The 0-2 pitch. High for a ball. It's 1-2.
Dakota looks like he's putting the spin on the ball that time, and that one just kind of kept rising on him.
There's no activity in either bullpen. One-two count. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Count stays at 1-2.
Certainly doesn't look like there's any problem with the velocity from Freeze here in the inning. It looks like he's got plenty of speed on his pitches. Just the Admirals are turning some of those around here in this inning as they played in 2 and they look for more with 2 down.
The Admirals looking for a double to hit for the cycle in this inning. They've got a triple, a home run, and a single. 1-2 count. The 1-2 pitch. That almost fell in, but it did not. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Pardon me, Scott. Breaking ball has some good movement on that one. Just fell in a little bit inside to keep the at-bat going.
Freeze peers in to get his sign from Javier. The 2-2 pitch swung on, fouled back. Boy, Van Slyke is making him work for it. 2-2 count here. Kyle Figueroa takes his lead over at first base. Freeze comes set. The 2-2 pitch. High ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count goes full now, and from first base, Figueroa will be running because there are 2 outs. Just over Dakota's shoulder, you can see Ryan Lashley holding him on at first. Figueroa is just out of the picture. The 3-2 pitch is swung on and popped up in short center field. Smith comes in some more, makes the catch for out number 3. So the Diamonds stopped the bleeding fairly early because it looked like they were headed for some trouble there in the 6th inning. They give up 2 runs on 3 hits. We go to the bottom of the 6th with the score: Pittsburg 10 and Vallejo 3.
Red's Barbershop. You know when it's time for a haircut, but you aren't really thrilled with the trim you've been getting? You'd like to find a new hair cutter, but it seems like a big hassle with too many choices and not enough information. We're giving you the take sign, as in take down this information. Call Red's Barbershop and make an appointment. Red has the skills and experience with all types of hair. He is great with the latest styles and still knows how to make you shine with more traditional haircuts. Call 925-382-1399 and make an appointment. That's 925-382-1399. Red's Barbershop is at 190 East 7th Street, just off Railroad Avenue in Old Town. Give Red a call today, 925-382-1399.
There's a shot of the flag atop the Diamonds trailer over the left field fence here at Winter Chevrolet Stadium. The wind has a slight breeze. It's not strong really in any way, shape, or form. It has not been part of the reason that the balls have flown out of the stadium here. 4 home runs for the Diamonds, 1 for Vallejo, and we go to the bottom of the 6th with the score. Pittsburg 10 and the Admirals 3.
No, it hasn't been the wind. It's been the impact from the ball hitting the bat.
By bat hitting ball, that does often have an impact. You're right. Joel Carranza will step up here to lead off the bottom of the 6th, followed by Rafael Valera and then Ryan Lashley. A walk, a strikeout, and a flyout for Carranza on the day. Here's the pitch. Brent Schneider gets him to lift it high to the left side. Over there is Canary against the fence. He makes the catch. Boy, that's tough against the fence, and he made a good play.
He did make a nice play. Got right over there, holding onto the fence with his throwing hand, reaching up with the glove, making the catch. He stayed with that nicely, and if you're Joel, you got to be thinking, oh, brother, you got to be kidding me.
Rafael Valero comes. Here's a replay, and you're right, he does make the catch. And it's good to know where that fence is with your other hand holding on. Valera flown out twice, but in the 3rd inning, his fly ball went over the fence for a home run. That pitch is a strike. It's 0-1.
He also looks so smooth in the field, too, doesn't he, the way he handles those ground balls.
He has looked very smooth. Pitch outside for a ball. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Not a bad slider that time, but just looked outside, stayed outside, and Valera not forced to swing at that pitch and able to let that one go.
1-1 count. The 1-1 pitch, swung and bound to the left side. Kiriakos deep in the hole. He's going to try to throw him out. He got him.
What a play. I am thinking, no way is he going to be able to make this play that deep in the hole and throw out Valera. And he does by a step. Very nice play by Kiriakos, the former Diamond. And just the way he got to the ball and set himself and then made that perfect throw to get him. That was a very nice play over there.
Took Danny Speck a while to make that call, but he finally did, and that's out number 2. And here comes Ryan Lashley, and he has got a home run and 2 singles. He has scored 3 runs. He has had quite a night at the plate. He's 3 for 3. The first pitch is 0 for 1. Oh, there's a strike, 0-1.
Good-looking slider, that one. Just did catch the outside corner.
This pitch swung on, he breaks his bat. Ground ball to the 3rd baseman. Canary steps in front of Kiriakos and throws him out. Well, it wasn't without some good defensive play, but the Diamonds go down 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. We're going to inning number 7 with the score, Pittsburg 10 and Vallejo 3.
Oh, sure, you'll ask for advice if you want some, but usually you know exactly how you want your business publications and handouts to look. That's where Paper Tiger Ready Print comes in. It is their mission to help you achieve your business goals, and that starts by listening to what you want and making it happen. At Paper Tiger Ready Print, they believe there is no greater satisfaction than delivering a finished product that helps a client reach their goals and objectives. Give them a try. You won't be disappointed. Paper Tiger Ready Print at 182 East Leland Road in Pittsburgh or ReadyPrint.com. Nick's Sandwiches. Want to tailgate in City Park before the next Diamonds home game? Nick's Sandwiches is a great place to start. Everything you need for a big crew of hungry fans, or a tasty lunch on the Delta, or a quick grab of coffee and a bite to eat on the way to work. Nick Sandwiches is in Old Town Pittsburgh on Railroad Avenue across from the marina. Eating at the Diamond's favorite deli is as satisfying as a 3-run homer. Start your pregame warm-up at Nick Sandwiches, 315 Railroad Avenue in Old Town.
The American flag in center field gives us a look at the slight breeze here tonight. There was a slight breeze through Dakota Freeze back there in that 6th inning where it looked like Dakota might be running into some trouble. He did run into some trouble, gave up a triple and then a home run, then a single, and then finally got the final out of the evening. So we'll see what Dakota's got going here. There's some people milling around in the Diamonds dugout, Diamonds bullpen. We'll see what happens with that as well. But here to bring us all the action is the voice of the Diamonds, Tony Schultz.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. Yeah, Dakota certainly did run into some trouble in that last inning, and a lot of balls hit hard, gave up a couple of runs, but he's got such a big lead. Aaron Miles going to let him go a little farther here. I think if you get some traffic, another run or two scores, and Aaron's going to go to the bullpen. As we move into the late innings now, 7th inning we go, and the first pitch from Freeze, fastball in there for a strike. To Nick Krause, Fisher, and then back to the top of the order for Vlad Gomez. There you see the numbers on Nick. And the Diamonds lead at 10-3. Here's the pitch, and that is just inside for a ball. And before that last half inning for Freeze, I was going to say, Scott, the Diamonds right now are probably playing what you would call a perfect type baseball game. They look so good in all facets of the game. Here's the pitch, and that one hooks in there for a strike. So for Nick Krause, couple of ground outs his last 2 times. Did pick up a base hit back in the 3rd, and the Admiral catcher 1 for 3 so far. Next one, swing, ground ball to short. Valera charges, gloves, fires in time for out number 1. 1 up and 1 down, and now the 9th place hitter, Brandon Fisher, with nobody aboard and 1 out.
Elsewhere tonight at the bottom of the 5th inning, Sonoma and Martinez are tied at 4. And it says they're only in the bottom of the 2nd in San Rafael. They do start late. There's a replay as Valera throws him out, gets a big hop on his way to capturing that ball. In the bottom of the 2nd in San Rafael, Napa 2 and the Pacifics, nothing.
All right, Freeze ready. And the pitch, and that just does miss to Brandon Fisher. Sacrifice bunt and a walk so far for the Admiral's second baseman. 1 ball and no strikes. There you see his numbers. 1-0 pitch from Freeze. Check swing, no swing, and the count goes 2-0. Up next for Pittsburgh tomorrow, they'll be at Napa, 5 o'clock start. Sunday home versus the Pacifics, 1 p.m. Tuesday and Wednesday at San Rafael, swinging a foul back to the screen. And both those games, of course, at 7:05 from Marin County. 2 balls and 1 strike to Brandon Fisher, who bats with nobody aboard and 1 down. Vladimir Gomez, top of the order, due up next.
Diamonds start today 2 games ahead of Napa in the battle for 4th place. And so any head-to-head contest, including tomorrow's, is going to be a big one.
2-1 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 2. There was a good fastball by Dakota Freeze getting into the late innings here, Scott, and the velocity has not dropped off a bit, or at least so it sounds.
Yeah, Dakota only has 74 pitches, which is not a lot of pitches.
Next one misses. The count goes 3-2. Up next for Vallejo tomorrow, home against the Clips, 6:30 from Wilson Park. Sunday they host the Silveranos. That'll be a 1:05. Tuesday and Wednesday they host the Clippers. 6:35 starts from Vallejo. And the next pitch inside for a ball. And that is another walk by Dakota Freeze. And, well, he has given up a few of those tonight. Gave up 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the 3rd, actually. Another in the 4th. 1 in the 5th. And now another one here to begin, or with 1 out here in the 7th. So 5 walks overall coming from Dakota Freeze. Here's
Needs to
Vladimir
not do that.
Gomez. And the first one misses, 1-0.
Get out, come back.
Sack fly and an RBI back in the third for Vlad. Hit the ball hard a couple times. But so far, officially 0 for 2 from the native of the Bronx. And you see his numbers there. Picked up an extra RBI here tonight to add to that total. So the Diamond Battery gets together to talk things over. And the Diamonds, a big night offensively. 10 runs, 11 hits, and with 4 bombs on the evening. 3, 4, and 1 so far for Vallejo. And the pitch, and Gomez swings and fouls this one back. And the count, 1 ball and 1 strike to the Admiral right fielder. Lights just starting to take effect. We are in the twilight here in Pittsburg. The 1-1 pitch from Dakota Freeze. Here he comes. Breaking ball outside, gets away. There's a pass ball. And the runner, Brandon Fisher, will move up 90 feet. Diamond bullpen going here a little bit right now. These guys getting loosened up. Kyle Chavez, the right-hander, getting loose here for the Diamonds. One of the newer additions. 2-1 pitch to Gomez, way inside and high, and the count 3-1.
The last thing you want to do in this situation is give them free passes to the base path. And there's a runner at second who got on base with a walk, and now it's 3-1 to Gomez.
Kiriakos waits on deck, 3-1 pitch, and that's in there, a strike. It's 3-2. That one was on the block. That was a pitcher's strike. So Dakota's gone all the way with Vlad Gomez, with Kiriakos waiting on deck. And I need not tell you, Scott, who follows him. 3-2 pitch, swing and a foul back, and the count remains 3-2. So we've got a battle here between Vlad Gomez and Dakota Freeze.
Good job, Bodie.
7-run lead. Things certainly feel comfortable here for the Diamonds in the top of the 7th, but we know that can change awfully quickly here in this inning. Another payoff pitch. Here it comes. Broken bat to third. Picked up by Brock. Looks the runner back. Fires over to first in time to get Gomez. And boy, that time Vlad was absolutely sawed off, which means Dakota got into his kitchen that time and just had that bat explode, and Bracamonte able to make the 5-3 put out.
And Bracamonte playing third base like someone who plays third base a lot. What happened here? I mean, he gets that ball, he looks the runner back to second base, and then throws out Gomez just by a step. So they're now 2 outs, and things are looking better for Freeze.
Here's Kiriakos, takes a breaking pitch, low and in, ball 1 ball and no strike. So they get that all important out number 2. So the other night, Pittsburgh, a 9-3 winner. And that next pitch misses 2-0. That was the night Corey McDonald went against Pete Reyes. Quitzer had himself a big night. And then Corey McDonald, 7 innings, no runs. So the Diamonds starting to put together some nice starts. And here's a pitch hit well into center field. Smith going back. He's there. He makes the catch. And that'll be out number 3. So another 0 put up by Dakota Freeze. So the Diamonds going to go into the 7th inning stretch here with a 7-run lead. Diamonds 10, Admirals 3.
One example of teamwork is a smoothly executed double play memorialized in the famous baseball poem, Tinkers to Evers to Chance. Another example of great teamwork is the Pittsburg Chamber of Commerce. MyPittsburghChamber.org brings together the many and varied businesses that make up the local economy and forges them into a community force that is focused on economic development, advocacy, partnerships, and workforce development. The Pittsburgh Chamber is making a difference. Even if your business doesn't leave you the time to get personally involved, your membership contribution will advance the cause. Visit mypittsburghchamber.org today.
Libraries are community centers, and truly the community comes and uses them. They're here for anybody who walks in the door. It's important for people to have a connection to their community because it makes you feel like you belong. Mechanics Bank really values their relationship. They actively reach out with an open hand to nonprofits. Mechanics Bank doesn't just show up and say that they're going to do something. They actually follow through. They're not just a partner in name. They're a partner in person. My name's Kristen Anderson. I'm the Executive Director of the Walnut Creek Library Foundation, and I'm a mechanic.
Are you looking for a community-based establishment that will provide a fun and exciting environment for your family? Certainly Diamonds Baseball is one, and no doubt Lumpy's Diner is another. Before or after the game, eating at Lumpy's Diner or Lumpy's Diner Express can make for a great doubleheader. And if you want to win a road game, LD's Catering will make your event a hit no matter the location. Lumpy's Diner is a homegrown sensation, world famous since 2008. Bring your family to ours.
All right, bottom of the seventh, things looking good for the Diamonds. Dakota Freeze, a very nice start for him. 7 innings, just the 3 runs. Diamonds with a 7-run lead on a very pretty twilight here in Pittsburgh. And here is Chris Quitzler, a leader off. Quitzler, Javier, and Jose Garcia. And the first pitch to Chris, and that's outside for a ball as Brett Schneider gets another inning of work. Yesterday, Sonoma, a 4-3 win over the Clippers, and Jacob Cox got the win in that game. Here's the pitch, and that's outside for a ball. And with Chris Mazza of San Rafael having been promoted, Jacob Cox might be one of the best relievers in the Pacific Association. When a couple innings, gave up no runs in that win for Sonoma. And big swing and a miss by Quitzler here in the count 2-1. Matty Doxter, he took the loss for the Clips, an inning, no earned runs. He did give up 1 run. Well, that's a tough way to lose a game. You don't even give up an earned run. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and that one's spanked into left field. And the left fielder is going to move over there at Chevy Clark and make the catch. 1 up and 1 down, and here's Stephen Javier.
Number 32, Stephen Javier.
So in that game for Sonoma, Miles Williams picked up home run number 18. He went 2 for 3 with a walk. Sonoma's Cam Stewart went 2 for 3 with a double, drove in a run and scored 1. And for the Clips, 3 hits for Pedro Barrios, and the pitch to Javier is outside. And Barrios hitting the ball real well right now, Scott. 11 hits in his last 6 games. And the young man out of San Mateo has pushed his on-base percentage to 400. And that ball is hit hard, and Aaron Miles just very calmly, nonchalantly moves out of the way.
Too much movement, you might get hit by the ball.
I mean, he had his arms folded and just, I can get out of the way with this one with my eyes closed. And Kenny Matthews in that Sonoma game got the start for the Stomps. And the next pitch swing, ground ball right side, picked up by Fisher. And he'll make the 4-3 put out as he gets it over to Figueroa in plenty of time. 2 up and 2 down here in the inning. And here is Jose Garcia. So Matthews out of Cal State Fullerton. 6 innings pitched, 2 earned, scattered 9 hits. And he is pitching some very nice ball for the Stompers. Over his last 20 2/3, he's given up just 5 earned runs. And oh, by the way, the Stomps, who are in first place, they've won 8 in a row coming into tonight's play as Garcia moves out of the way of that one. To the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Nobody aboard, 2 down, and the pitch, and this one inside for a ball. Yesterday, Napa 8, Napa 10, San Rafael 8. Augie Gallardo got the win. Max Beatty took the loss. And Angel Mejia collected the save for the Silverados. 2-0 pitch, swung on, foul. And just above the Admiral dugout, 2 balls and a strike. Gallardo picked up for Scott Harkin in that Napa win. He went 1 inning, gave up a couple of runs, couple of Ks. Harkin out of Walnut Creek, 4 innings, 5 earned for the local kid. Here's a pitch, swung on into the air. Center field, Nick Akins drifting over into left center, reaches up, makes the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for Brett Schneider. Diamonds done here in the 7th. We'll go to the top of the 8th inning. Diamonds have things well in hand. 10-3, Pittsburgh.
Little J's. The handcrafted burgers are sensational. The generous sandwiches are delicious. The hand-carved tri-tip is the best in town. Getting hungry? You probably already know where to go to find these food treasures. Little J's in Pittsburgh. Since 2003, Little J's has been rewarding those smart enough to stop in for a meal. They can also cater your next event. On Loveridge Road, it's Little J's Restaurant. Hampton by Hilton. Road trips can be grueling, which is why baseball teams are happy to split their road games. But there's one way to guarantee a win on the road. That's by staying at Hampton Inn by Hilton. Fresh, up-to-date accommodations include a hearty cooked breakfast to get you off to a good start on the day. Known for low-end prices and high-end service, a stay at Hampton Inn by Hilton means you can earn points in the valuable Hilton Honors Program. You can find a Hampton Inn by Hilton in Pittsburgh and Brentwood.
And now as we head to the top of the 8th inning, Akins, Canary, Chevy Clark, they'll face a new pitcher. It's Kyle Chavez, one of the new Diamonds coming on for Pittsburgh.
Chavez is a sidearm thrower, which of course is disconcerting if you are facing him for the first time because it's very hard to get a handle on that. This is his 3rd appearance of the year. He's pitched 4 innings so far. No walks, 2 strikeouts. He does not have a record. His ERA is 2.25.
So Kyle Chavez out of Florida, pitching the Pecos League. And he will take over for the Diamonds. So for Dakota Freeze, close the book on him. And he's got a chance to pick up the victory tonight to get his 3rd victory. And he went 7 innings, 3 runs, 4 hits. He did walk a handful of guys, but he was given that big lead early, and he did not let it get away. And the Diamonds right now on a nice little run here with their starting pitching. And things looking pretty good in that respect for Pittsburgh. And here's the pitch to Nick Akins Sr. He fouls it off. Akins, Canary, and Chevy Clark to face Chavez here in the top of the 8th. Talking about that 10-8 Napa win yesterday. Max Beatty got the start in that ball game for San Rafael. Next pitch, that one misses the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. And Max, not a good time in that ball game. 5 1/3, 13 hits, 9 runs, 8 earned. That pitch is outside. Max, of course, has been in the league for a while. He's been promoted from this league, but yesterday just not his game. The Pax bullpen did well. Warner, Herr, and Jose Casilla kept it close. 3 2/3, 1 run, but it's not enough. Here's another broken bat, ground ball to third. Handled over there by the third baseman, Bracamonte, who throws him out. And that is out number 1. And we are seeing some bats absolutely demolished here this evening. So
Here's a replay, and you can see Akins throwing away what remains of his bat. Bracamonte almost knocked off balance by that ground ball, but he got it, retained his balance, and threw him out.
So they've handled Nick Aikens Sr. again here, partner. Couple of strikeouts, couple of groundouts. So no problem with the home run and RBI leader of the association for the Diamonds. Here's the pitch to Canary. That one's taken inside. Now Canary, well, he's been a different story.
He's tripled and scored a run.
And of course, homered last night. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Ryan. He watches this one just outside the count. 2 balls and no strikes to Ryan Canary.
You know, Kyle, what do you say, babe?
We've talked about that Napa win. They had ended a 7-game skid for the Silverados. That pitch just misses. And of course, the Diamonds will take on those Silverados here tomorrow. And well, hope they get the Silverados that were on that 7-game skid and not the one that beat San Rafael yesterday. 3-0 pitch, and that's in there for a strike. And the count 3-1. Oh, by the way, Javian Randall in that game picked up a hit and a couple of walks. Here's a 3-1 to Canary, fouled right side, and that'll just bounce up there, and the count goes 3-2. So for Javian Randall, hitting a couple of walks, his league-leading average now stands at .411. The on-base percentage got this late in the season, .498.
Amazing. Although he will not be apparently coming to Pittsburgh on Sunday with the rest of the team. He was put on bereavement list or something today. Expected to be out 3 days.
Payoff pitch is hammered right side, and that one is going to get over the Diamond bullpen and foul out of play. And well, great player like that, love to see him play, but without him in the lineup, Diamonds fans got to feel, well, at least we have a better chance to win without him being here. He is just tearing up the association. Canary hits this one way high up in the air. Center field, Smith is there, comes in now, makes the catch, and Ryan Canary is out number 2, and here comes Chevy Clark, who homered his last time.
Now batting, number 35, Chevy Clark.
So Clark really smashed one, turned into a 5-3 putout his first time. That was back in the second. He walked in the 4th. And his last time he hit a 2-run home run following as he takes a strike. A 2-run home run following the Canary triple. That was the noise that the Admirals made. And big swing and a miss. Funky looking frisbee type pitch that time. Coming from Kyle Chavez. That kind of reminded me of those old Romo pitches. First name escapes me now. Here's the pitch. This one into center field. Smith coming in, over into right center, comes on, makes the running catch. And for Chavez and the Diamonds, it's a 1-2-3 inning. To the bottom of the 8th we go. All Diamonds here. 10-3 Pittsburgh.
Anytime we have a conversation with Mechanics Bank, we know that we're in the same business. Our business is customer service, integrity, loyalty, friendship. Mechanics clearly establishes a high level of tradition, honesty, integrity that comes through in all their transactions. I trust them with everything. I know that they're there for us. My name is Paul Irwin. I'm a mechanic.
The 90 feet between third base and home plate is some of the most important real estate in sports. That's why a coach is located there to help runners navigate the valuable turf. There is help for you, too, when you need to navigate real estate issues. Kroski Real Estate in Pittsburgh has been building strong communities since 1946. The family-owned and operated business is an expert on commercial property management, real estate sales, and residential property management. Kroski Real Estate is on Railroad Avenue in Old Town, Pittsburgh. When you are making the turn for home, get the help you need from Kroski Real Estate.
So all diamonds here as we go to the 8th inning, bottom of the 8th here from Pittsburgh. Diamonds by 7. They played nearly a perfect ball game here tonight. Everything going as planned, and they lead it by a touchdown. And it'll be Brett Smith to lead it off. Morgan Blatnick and Gabe Bracamante for the Diamonds, the top 3 in the order, to face the new pitcher, and it's going to be right-hander Mike Pope. So Mike Pope, the 4th pitcher used, Dandridge, McKenna, Brett Schneider, and now Pope, and Freeze and Kyle Chavez on the other side for the Diamonds.
For Pope, his 6th appearance of the year. He's pitched 18 in the 3rd innings, has given up 7 walks, has 13 strikeouts, a record of 2 wins and no losses. His ERA is 6.38.
So another guy that wants to see that ERA start going south. He'll start it off with Brett Smith. Base hit an RBI for Brett his last time. 0 for 3 before that. So 1 for 4 for the Diamond leadoff man. And he'll get things started here to his usual walk-up song, Layla. First pitch, high fastball, just a bit high. And the count 1 ball and no strikes. So we talk about guys getting promoted. Here's the pitch in there for a strike. Daniel Comstock of Sonoma promoted. 53 RBIs on the year, a 365 average in 49 games. That pitch outside. And of course, Scott and I have had a chance to watch him play quite a bit, and certainly a well-deserving promotion for him, and we wish him the best.
Yes, we were there for his farewell game.
Ground ball to short. Kiriakos throws him out, 1 down.
And unlike the pitcher for San Rafael, Comstock went 0 for 5. Here's a replay of that. Kiriakos gets a nice big hop and gets the ball to first base in time to beat Brett Smith.
So to Comstock going to the Southern Illinois Miners. And now we have a pinch hitter here for Blatnick. So Zach Rapaz. And Rapaz, the right-handed batter, takes a strike. He spent some time with the Diamonds before, and I believe he was off the roster for a time, and now wrapped back in the thick of things here, takes the pitch inside the counter, in there for a strike, and the count 0-2.
He was with the Diamonds long enough to get 1 at bat, and he did not get a hit, but he did get an RBI. No, he did not get an RBI. He got a walk. He did get a walk.
Not up there long enough to see more than 3 pitches. He strikes out. Batting for Blatnick here. So Rapaz is out, and that is the 2nd out of the inning. So more on Comstock. We say good luck to the 24-year-old from Pengrove, product out of Petaluma High School, originally drafted by the Diamondbacks in 2015. And the pitch, this one is going to hit Gabe Bracamante, and down to first base he goes. And boy, you have a game where you hit a couple of home runs and then you get hit by a pitch, and you're kind of wondering, and I won't throw any fuel onto the fire here.
I think he was wondering a little bit after that. I have to say that, we've watched Pacific Association pitchers for so long. There are only a very tiny few of them who you would count on throwing the ball to hit somebody.
So anyway, huge game for Gabe Bracamante, a couple of 2-run home runs, and now he's hit by a pitch, so he's on at first with 2 out, and here's Joel Carranza who takes the strike. And the last thing on Comstock, he was originally drafted by the Diamondbacks back in 2015, and last year with Sonoma had a on-base percentage of better than .400, so we say farewell to him and good luck as he moves up. This one is hit hard. Kiriakos falls to the side, makes the pickup over to second to get the out. Nice play by Kiriakos to end the frame, and that will do it for the Diamonds here in the 8th. To the top of the 9th we go. Last chance for the Admirals. They're down to their last 3 outs. They trail it by 7.
If you've been there before, you know when your car breaks down on the freeway, you want quick, reliable service. You want All Counties Tow. With 20 years of experience, 7 locations in Northern California, and 50 trucks, All Counties Tow is the one to count on when you need roadside help. You can find them at allcotow.com or phone 925-709-0759 for fast, dependable service. Easy and painless. All Counties Tow.
All right, Kyle Figueroa will get it started off. Last chance for the Admirals. Figueroa, Van Slyke, and Nick Kraus. And for the Diamond, it's just been one of those nights that it has looked so good. And they will have Steve Johnson, a guy who's looks like he's going to be in this closer position. He's done very well for the Diamonds. And to tell you more about him, here's Scott.
This is the 12th appearance of the year for Sean. He's got 14 innings pitched. He has given up 10 walks, 18 strikeouts. His record is no wins, 3 losses, and 5 saves. His ERA is 3.86.
So I had a chance to talk to Aaron the other day, and he was talking about Sean Johnson. And for now, he's in this position. Things, of course, may change, but he's done very well here. And Aaron had a very nice compliment. I think, Scott, the best compliment you can have for any one of these players in this league is that he's got major league potential.
Well, that's a very big compliment. Yeah. And Aaron Miles would know.
Handsome too.
He's handsome. He's tall. He's got an imposing figure out there on the mound with his long hair and his long body. The Diamonds are happy to have a closer, and I think when you have a closer, you have to get used to using him as a closer, and that's something the Diamonds haven't really had much of as a reliable closer. And so tonight is the way you use a closer. Tonight you have Dakota Freeze goes 7 innings, does a good job. You put in Kyle Chavez for an inning, and then you bring in your closer, even if it's 10-3. You can bring him in there because he gets used to the work. He needs to be able to work 2-3 nights in a row. He can't just be a once-a-week guy.
No, you got to find time to get these guys, even when there might not be the sort of the way that you normally would use them. You don't want to overwork them, but you don't want to underwork them either.
Right.
And here is Kyle Figueroa out of Florida State University to lead it off. Right-handed batter waits. Johnson ready, and the pitch, and that one hits Figueroa. And after. There's going to be a warning issued now to both clubs, I'm sure, here.
After the Bracamonte got hit by a pitch.
Right.
After 2 home runs.
Well,
and then the first batter, Johnson, hits on the first pitch. Maybe, sometimes you don't want there to be you don't want them to miss the message.
Right.
And that was about as obvious a message as be. Now, Adams is over talking to here's a look at the pitch, and Figueroa. Well, we don't see it there, but Adams went over and he had something to say to the bench over at Vallejo's side, and they may have been mouthing off a bit. I don't know what they might have been saying, but anyway, he's back behind the plate, and we're ready to go.
But we both know now that what the teams are, what they think the other team is thinking.
Right
now, here's a pitch in there to Van Slyke as he stands in 1 on and nobody out, but Kyle Figueroa over there hit by pitch after Gabe Bracamonte was hit. This ball's going to get away, and Figueroa going to hustle up into second base on what looks to be a pass ball. But anyway, I wanted to say about Kyle, because a brother at OKC, the AAA affiliate of the Dodgers. And his father was actually drafted by the Cardinals way back in '86. So he's got some good pedigree to go along with that bruise on his hip.
Diamond's looking take game 3 of this 4-game set from this week from Vallejo.
1-1 pitch is outside, 2 balls and a strike, and that sounds awfully good. Take 3 out of 4 from the team you're chasing.
Right, and the Diamonds, Diamonds are involved in 2 races, really. The race for 3rd place with Vallejo, and they win tonight, they'll be 4 out. And then the race for 4th place with Napa trailing them by 2 games.
2-1 pitch, swing and a miss by Van Slyke, count 2-2.
So a little frustration on top of everything else could also be playing in the Vallejo Admirals dugout.
You think so? I mean, you plunk the guy that's hit a pair of 2-run home runs, and then the very next inning, the leadoff hitter is plunked. And, of course, both teams a little irritated with one another right now. Swing and a miss by Van Slyke. He got a piece, but Javier hangs on, and that'll be a strikeout here for Sean Johnson. 1 down in the inning. So, but with this game having gone so well for the Diamonds, partner, I don't want to see anything else being a part of this game. Just that the Diamonds have played a nearly perfect ball game tonight.
Here's a replay of that foul tip that Javier was able to hold on. The Diamonds and the Admirals, after tonight, only have 2 more games that they will play before the end of the season, and that is on the 11th and 12th in Vallejo.
And the pitch. That's inside for a ball, and I believe there's 24 games, if I'm not mistaken, left in the season. So we got a ways to go, and these guys played almost their whole schedule already. Here's Nick Krause. 1-0 pitch to Nick, and that ball is low. 2 balls and no strikes.
Diamonds have 7 games against the Clippers left, and 3, 5. I think 5 games against the Pacifics.
Johnson ready, the 2-0 pitch. Here it is, and that's in there for a strike, 2-1. Speaking of guys who have been promoted, guys, if you follow the league a bit and follow Diamonds baseball, you might remember Graylin Durkee, who played a number of games this year with the Admirals. He got promoted after just 24 games this year, swinging a ground ball to third. Bracamonte's got it, looks the runner back, throws high, and this one gets away. Everybody's going to be safe, and the runners are going to move to second and third here. So the Diamonds, instead of getting out number 2, they pick up their first error of the ball game.
That was a bad play. Bracamonte looked the runner back, but last time, you may recall, he threw the ball high, and Lashley was able to get it and come down in time. This time it was much higher, over the head of Lashley, and there was no chance to get the play.
So Krause reaches on the throwing error, and still just 1 out in the inning. Runners at second and third now for the Admirals, and that'll bring up Brandon Fisher, the 9th place hitter and second baseman. And the pitch to him. Swing and a miss at the fastball. Count 0-1.
So Johnson, in a situation, won't do much for his stats. There's no way he can get a save in this situation, but he hits a batter. We don't know if that was something that was preordained. And now he gets an error to have runners at second and third.
Still just 1 out in the inning. Fisher, and then back to the top of the order for Vlad Gomez. Diamonds do have the benefit of a 7-run lead, so the Admirals still need a lot of base runners here. Here's the pitch, and that one hops up there. Javier makes the block.
Good play by Javier.
Diamonds came into the ball game having won 2 of 3, but having lost 3 of 5. But as Scott has mentioned, they are on the verge now of taking 3 of 4 from the Vallejo Admirals, the reigning champs. 1-2 pitch, and just off the outside part of the plate with a fastball, and the count goes 2-2. Johnson trying to finish things up on what's been a very productive night here for Pittsburgh. And to get these last two outs, here's the pitch, and this one up high for a ball, and the count 3-2. That one pops the glove, but it misses. And a full count now due here to Brandon Fisher. Sack bunt and a couple of walks.
These last outs always seem to be the toughest.
That's why those closers for pitching such few innings get that big bucks. Here's the pitch, swung on it, missed strike 3, and there is out number 2 as Sean Johnson battles back to get the strikeout. So they get Fisher for the first time tonight, and now back to the top of the order for Vlad Gomez. Last chance here for the Admirals. 2 on, 2 out. They still trail it by a bunch, 10-3 Pittsburgh. And the pitch, and that's on the outside corner, strike 1.
Little shimmy there by Vladimir while he gets ready for this next pitch.
Vlad waits. The 0-1 pitch from Johnson. Swing and a miss, and that one was diving in the strike zone. And the count goes 0-2, and now the Admirals down to their last bullet. Vlad trying to keep it going. Johnson trying to end it right now. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on it, missed strike 3. That ends it for the Admirals. Diamonds get the win. The final score 10-3. Here the Diamonds, well, the home run ball, the name of the game, as they win it 10-3 on 11 hits. A lot of balls leaving the yard, and that wasn't the whole story. Another good night of pitching here for Pittsburgh.
Another good night of pitching, a whole week of good pitching for Pittsburgh, and you know, it shows. Their record for the week, 3 wins and 1 loss. They are headed to Napa, the team they're fighting for 4th place with, and then San Rafael, the team they just traded their home run hitter Wes Wallace to on Sunday. So they can look forward to an outstanding week of baseball and a chance to further perhaps gain ground on these Diamonds.
It looked like we're going to have some highlights for you. You see the Diamonds shaking hands as they wrap things up. Diamonds take 3 out of 4 from the Admirals. Here is that hit coming into center field.
Nick Akins with that throw that Morgan Blatnick, I don't remember him with that slide. Wow.
That was almost a somersault. Here is that beautiful play out in left field. That was made by
Chevy Clark.
Chevy Clark.
And there's a final out of the game.
That's the strike 3 right there. But Gabe Bracamonte with a couple of 2-run home runs. Ryan Lashley with a 2-run bomb. Jose Garcia came up with a great play and a big hit and an RBI. And just to look this over real quickly, Scott, McDonald, Solano, Brink, and Dakota Freeze all came up with great starts, and the Diamonds on a roll with pitching, and tonight showing the power that, well, some people didn't think they had.
The Diamonds had a couple of games this week where they scored a lot of runs, but nothing with the power performance that they had tonight. The Diamonds knocking it over the fence 4 times. Gabriel Bracamonte played that baseball price for hitting 2 of them. Maybe he got hit by a pitch, not a serious hit by pitch. But the Diamonds have to feel very good about this week, and as they head to Napa and then back home here on Sunday, and it's a chance to put together their strongest week of the year, no doubt.
Well, Diamonds get it done. They take 3 out of 4 from the defending champs. Diamonds on the road tomorrow. They'll be back here on Sunday. Hope you can be out here with us. So much going on at Winter Chevrolet Stadium in Pittsburgh. Be part of it. For all of us at Diamonds Baseball, for Scott McDonald, I'm Anthony Schultz saying good night with a 10-3 win for the Diamonds.